testing 1 2 3. Check 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 testing 1 2 3.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as we are just getting ready for this in-division matchup between your Sterling Silver Knights and the Haddon Township Hawks. Very excited to get back out here for some baseball. Weather and conditions, it is quite chilly outside today. It's 49 degrees, a high of 50, a low of 32. That hit us pretty hard in the morning, and it is pretty sunny outside. So luckily we got some beautiful skies. Unfortunate weather other than that, but a little chill will never hurt anybody. So welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. Again, thank you all for tuning in for our first baseball stream of the year. We covered softball as our first spring stream of the year, but they unfortunately fell to the Audubon Green Wave at a final score of 11-0. But now we have the boys who are, starting off a little hotter this year. They are 2-1. They've had some pretty big wins. They had one over the Gloucester Lions, who had a really successful season last year, and they're kind of looking to turn the tide here for Sterling baseball, a program that has kind of been up and down throughout the years, but this year they're looking to turn it in the new division in the Colonial Patriot. They are 3-1 this year, They lost their first matchup to Audubon Greenway 5-2, which is a very good team, and unfortunately only lost by just a little bit. And then they won their next three matchups, Haddon Heights, Gloucester, and Gateway. They beat Gateway yesterday at a final score of 10-0. Pure dominance on the mound from Vaughn McVeigh. But today we're going to be seeing a different name, Casey Kozaneski, who this year has pitched 6 innings, has only allowed, I think, only one run. He has a 1.1 ERA, and just someone who's been pure dominance on the mound this year, has a total of 9 strikeouts and has a win. So this is his second appearance on the mound. Pitched a complete game last time. And on the other side of things, it's going to be Tyler DeCastro. Last year he pitched 37 innings, had a 5.63 ERA and 35 strikeouts. This year he's only pitched 2.2 innings and has a 5.25 ERA. So someone who's looking to boost the numbers, but unfortunately for him, they're going to be running through the hot bats of these Sterling Knights. And to name a few people, right now Quentin Rosano, one of the hottest bats on the team, at a 385 average with a 846 OPS and 462 slugging. Someone who's gotten the night of the game quite a few times recently, and he's been paired with what they like to call the program. Luke Lomax with a 273 average, a 400 OBP, of 855 OPS as a 455 slugging, and just someone who's been racking up the numbers as the games have gone by. So thank you all for tuning in here. I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by a man who does not need a lot of introduction. One of the best goalies in South Jersey, someone we say a lot here on Sterling Channel 19, state champion Travis Schmidt. Travis, welcome to your first Sterling Channel 19 broadcast.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. I'm glad I could get out here. It's a little chilly out, but it's a beautiful day overall. I'm glad I can get out here with you and broadcast this game. Yeah,
I know, and it's very exciting. And a lot of these guys personally. A big group of friends. I'm sure we've harped about it all through soccer season. We see a lot of these guys similarly here on the diamond. And how amped are they about this season coming up ahead of them?
You got to be amped, especially a lot of them. Coming off. Some of them took the winter off, so you got time to recover after soccer and get ready for a big senior year in baseball. Kind of in the same boat here as the soccer team. You bring back some young talent who developed over the off season. You get a couple seniors back. So I think there's a lot to be excited for, and I was actually at that Gloucester game, Dan, where they won 8-3. They were actually down 3-0 at one point, and it was kind of an uphill battle coming back. They made some errors, some poor base running decisions, but it's the same thing that all these seniors from the soccer team carry on. You got to keep fighting till the very end. You're never out of a game, and they had 8 unanswered runs there in the last 2 innings of the game. So this team's got a ton of fight in them. They're amped up. They play for each other. So I think there's a lot to be excited for this year for them.
Yeah, they're going to be supported by a very good backbone of pitching. Their team ERA this year is a 1.34. So just a team that is really dominated by their front 3 people. Anthony Gogolski, who's committed to Rutgers Camden, who's pitched 2 games this year, has an outstanding 2.4 ERA. Had that big win against Gateway yesterday. Vaughn McVeigh pitched in the big win against Gateway yesterday, but we're going to get to him in a minute. We already went past Casey Kozaneski, and then Vaughn McVeigh, who's having himself an amazing season. We're going to see him pitch on the majority of the division games for this Sterling team. 6 innings pitched, 0 ERA, allowed no runs in that game. Stellar performance with 7 strikeouts. And talk about that big 3 a little bit, Trav. between Vaughn, Gogolski, and Kozaneski, it's a very powerful front 3 that Sterling's attacking with on the mound.
Yeah, it's nice at the high school level having 3 guys with number 1 talents. All 3 are capable of out there. to go out there for you and throw gems. You know, Casey had a great game last time. Gogo pitched a complete game in his last outing against Gloucester. And as you said yesterday, Vaughn was pivotal. I believe he threw around 60 pitches, so he'll be good for Saturday. You know, get a nice little 10-0 win. Vaughn threw a gem last year in the playoffs for the guys in their first round win. It's awesome. The three of them, they're great. And I just think, you know, here today in a big division game, I like Casey. He's fired up. I was talking to him before the game, but yeah, definitely, you know, it's a luxury to have three great arms. So, you know, they're going to win the team a lot of games. Like Mr. Case says, they play defense and they have great pitching. And, you know, the guys who aren't pitching, you know, they take care of the rest up at the plate. So, you know, got to like our odds.
So again, a beautiful day outside today. Again, thank you all for tuning in. I'm Daniel Leakin, joined by Travis Schmidt as the weather is getting a little chilly out today, even though it is in April. Spring season here in
jacket.
I know spring season here in New Jersey is a little bipolar. So definitely. I was really hoping for a warm game today, but you know you get what you get, and you don't get upset. Unfortunately, we won't be covering that Saturday game that you just talked about. I feel like this is a good announcement for anyone who wants to watch that game and cannot make it. Make sure you go over to the Dan Wilkins Broadcast YouTube channel, where himself and Jacob Clark will be on the call here at Sterling on Saturday morning at 11. So if you guys want to watch that game, do not come to Sterling Channel 19. Go to Dan Wilkins Broadcasting. So Township up to hit first. So I'm going to go through the lineup real quick. Batting first, it's the second baseman, number 1, Tyler Schultz. And then it is Iman Sheehan, the shortstop, wearing number 0. The third spot, it's going to be the DH, Colin Feely, who is the soccer goalie for Haddon Township as well. At the 4th spot, number 13, the catcher, Kirby Rice. At the 5 spot, number 20, the third baseman, Braden Kumulda. At the 6th spot, the right fielder, number 7, Jack Jantorno. At the 8th spot, this is the 7th spot. The 7th spot, number 8, the first baseman, Tyler Cornog. At the 8th spot, number 5, the left fielder, Sean Crawford. And at the 9th spot, batting last, number 12, the center fielder, Cam Spencer.
Wondering how this wind will, play effect in this game today. It's blowing a little bit, towards home base. It seems.
I feel like it's kind of shifting in a way where it's going to catch the ball going to the left.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's not necessarily pushing away from the hitters, but it's also not necessarily giving them a boost.
It's funky.
It is a little funky. So we're dead set here in center fielder. A big shout out to our cameraman Matt Strader, braving the cold, giving us some good angles. As you see the ball shifting a little bit there for the warm-up catcher Nate Schwartz. So Kazaneski going to go against Schultz in his first batter here.
Yeah, speaking to Casey before the game, he's real confident about today. When you're coming off an outing like he did last game, Dan, I mean, you got to have the most confidence. Colonial Player of the Week, actually, in the Colonial, which is a great start to the season. It's probably a confidence boost not only for Casey but the rest of the team. You got a player mentioned in the Colonial Player of the Week. The rest of the guys are probably happy for him. Rally around him a little bit today to keep him going.
So first pitch is down low, and we're off here for game number 5 for the Sterling baseball team. Skazaneski down early here, 2-0 in the count. He's going against the second baseman, Tyler Schultz. That one just on the outside part of the plate. So Kazaneski finds himself 3-0 in this first batter. It takes a second to collect himself off the mound. The big lanky number 3 trying to fit a strike in there. And he does, right down the middle.
You gotta let him get adjusted a little bit here. The weather's kind of funky. It's cold, windy. I'm sure he'll adjust in here quick after 3 quick balls. Yeah, there we go.
That one on the outside part of the plate for strike number 2. So evening it up here at a full count to Schultz. Kostaneski looking to put away the first batter. That one fouled off by Schultz. An early great at bat here for Schultz, kind of working here an even count against Kazaneski, who's been mowing down batters left and right throughout his first start. But the full count, and here's the pitch. Ball 4 called by the umpire. That one just above the zone.
Don't think that was a bad spot at all, Dan.
No. Well framed there by the catcher, Nate Schwartz, but umpire deemed it was too high, so that brings up Iman Sheehan, the batter, the shortstop for Haddon Township. Kozaneski with an early walk in this one, trying to get the control under wraps. That one did not catch the outside part of the plate.
This umpire's calling a tight zone here today.
Yeah, yes he is. You know, the one pitch that made it 3-2 seemed a little low, so maybe it's a little lower, but
Yeah, I thought ball 3 actually looked in. I thought that was kind of almost up with his letters a little bit as there was a ball.
this one bunted over to Pat Carroll. Carroll making the throw across the diamond. Well done there by Patrick Carroll.
So got him out of first there. Coach was looking like he was arguing for him to be safe, but, you know, umpire's going to win that one.
So now up, it's Colin Feely, the designated hitter for Haddon Township. Get a nice play for Patrick Carroll over at third, who throw it across the diamond for out number 1.
I feel he's also their goalie at Haddon Township. He's big. He's got size. Definitely probably looking to swing for power right here. Sophomore, I believe, Dan?
Correct.
Correct. Yeah. Pretty good year there in net for Haddon Township. They made a deep run in the South Jersey playoffs.
Just missed it at the very end.
Yeah, seriously.
So finds himself down 0-1 in the count here to Casey Kozaneski. 1 out in the inning. Check second, and here's the pitch. This one batted up the middle. A nice sliding play there by Camardo, but it looks like he could not collect it. And now a runner on first and third with Kirby Rice, the catcher, coming up.
You know, you got to be happy with that play there by Jay. That ultimately probably just stopped the run from going in. You know, I know you don't get out at first, which sucks, but you know, you keep a run from scoring.
Now,
That
hard hit
down the
ball.
middle.
Do you think that's an E6, or do you think that is a hit?
I don't, because I don't think that's an E6. I think that gets scored as a hit. I think Jay just made the effort to keep the ball in front of him, stop it from going up the middle there.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
I was just thinking, because I got the score here, so I was thinking that wasn't an E, but
yeah, I wouldn't say that's an E.
So first hit of the game for Haddon Township as the runner goes to steal second. Nice throw here
he
by
might be out.
Schwartz. And he gets him!
He got him.
What a throw by Nate Schwartz. A great tag there by Camardo, and that's 2 outs for the Sterling Silver Knights as Schwartz, an absolute rope from the catcher spot.
Yeah, it was beautiful. The pop time, you know, he put that right on.
Right on the money for Camardo.
Right on the chest of Camardo. Laid out an easy tag. I'm shocked this wasn't one of those things where they were trying to get Nate to throw down and you know, this runner on third here take home.
That's what I was thinking it was going to be too, but just amazing time there by Schwartz as now Kozaneski, I think, faces a 0-2 count here. Trying to get his first K of the day. Fouls it off. So the catcher, Kirby Rice, looking to try and get something into play here, maybe cause some trouble at home. Runner on third, 2 outs here for Kozaneski. Here's the pitch. That one on the outside.
Might be one of those chase pitches there, Dan. You're ahead in the count. You know, you can give the batter something maybe to throw a little bit outside, see if he'll chase at it. I like that pitch. It's a good miss.
So Kozaneski looking for third out. This one popped up, shading towards the foul line. Gogolski going over along with a couple other Knights, and Gogolski can't get to it as that one goes foul.
It's a good effort, though, there by Gogo. He made up some ground pretty quick there.
Oh, yeah, he did. He's a speedster, man. He has the conditioning from wrestling, I'll tell you that much. So he had some wheels on that one.
Definitely Rutgers Camden commit there.
So Kirby Rice still battling here against Kozaneski. There's been some trouble on the base pad so far. There was a ground 5 by Imanchian and then a nice throw out at second by Nate Schwartz, but looking for out number 3 for the Silver Knights. That one on the outside part of the plate. You know, the Haddon Township team, Trav, is trained with a good eye so far.
They are. They're not swinging at anything outside the zone, or you know that's kind of like borderline strike. They're really and
strike 3
swings it
call,
away.
yeah, right as
There
we said
go.
it. Strike 3 called there on Kirby Rice. Kozaneski gets out of the inning scoreless.
Looks like we jinxed that one there, Dan.
I know.
didn't we?
Maybe a positive announcer's drinks right there.
Yeah.
As Rice got hit with the slider on the outside part of the plate and goes down swinging. It's not exactly a 1-2-3 inning for Kozaneski, but he gets the job done. 0 runs. And now we flip the board over to the other side of the other side of the plate, where the 1-2-3 set to come up is Camardo, Collins, and Lomax.
Yeah, especially being able to leave a runner stranded there. I think that's great by the Sterling defense. You know, Nate plugged Feely going to second, and Casey was able to get out of that with a strikeout there. So good inning. See what they can do on the offensive side.
So going down the list here, we have Camardo leading off, number 4, the shortstop. And then it's number 5, the second baseman, Dean Collins, who has a 125 average on the season. And then it's number 12, the center fielder, Luke Lomax, who has a 273 average this season. A lot of pop, batting at the 3 spot. And then talk about power, number 15, the first baseman, Evan Miller, batting in the 4 spot. And then it's Anthony Gogolski, number 7, the right fielder, in the 5. Number 6, Quentin Rosano in the 6. And then it's the designated hitter, number 19, David Johnson, in the 7 spot. Then it's the catcher, Nate Schwartz, who could do it in defense, trying to do it at the plate at the number 8 spot. And then it's the third baseman, Patrick Carroll, batting in the 9.
Yeah, I like this lineup here today, Dan. And when you look at this lineup, you look at the seniors, and that's kind of what stands out to you, is that a lot of these guys have played multiple years on varsity. But when you look at some of the young talent like Lomax and Nate, David Johnson, that there's some real hope here for Sterling baseball. They're juniors, so you're going to be retooled next year as well. And Gavin McCormick, I believe, is also batting around the 300 mark this year.
Batting 333, yeah, good
Yeah,
call.
awesome. Yeah, so there's a really good mix of talent here on the Sterling team. I believe the sky's the limit, man.
Yeah. Who knows? And as I mentioned, they will be going against Tyler DeCastro, who last year had a 5.63 ERA, has improved it in only 2 innings pitched. This is his first start of the year for the Haddon Township Hawks. Looking to make some noise against this Sterling lineup, but a lot of pop so far in this season from the boys in white and blue, so it'll be interesting to see what they can do against DeCastro.
In their last 2 games, they've 18 runs, so you can't complain at that at all. You put up 10 against Gateway, and then you had 8 against Gloucester on Saturday. So the bats are hot. Everyone's hitting. That's what's most important. So, and the pitch is working too. So they're really just firing on all cylinders right now, and it's great to come out of the season hot. You don't want to come out slow, have a hole to dig out of the rest of the year. So it's definitely good that they're catching a groove here early, Dan.
So to lead off here for the Sterling Silver Knights, number 4, Jason Camardo, has a 214 average so far in this season, a 313 on-base percentage.
Captain Camardo, as you call him.
Captain Camardo, yeah. I guess that applies here to the baseball team as well. I don't think it's as accurate as the soccer team, because in all theory, he did have the captain's band, but
he did.
Looking to get this one underway here for the Knights, trying to get on base. The speedy shortstop. Going to lead things off here against DeCastro, who fires that one in for strike 1. Strike 2 gets in there by DeCastro, and Camardo finds himself down 0-2 early in this at-bat. That one taken up high by Camardo, 1-2 the count.
Field looks good, Dan.
Oh, yeah, it does.
It looks real good.
Shout out to the grounds crew. Looks beautiful.
I was actually out here yesterday taking the tarp off the field with Mr. K.
And swinging and missing is Camardo. Strike 3 called. A beautiful breaking ball there by DeCastro. Gets Camardo out at front. And an early out and an early strikeout for Tyler DeCastro. So now it's Dean Collins coming up to the plate. A 125 average so far this season for the also speedy second baseman. Takes that one inside for strike 1. That one taken up high for ball number 1.
It's kind of hard to see from here, Dan, but that almost looked like the same pitch.
A little. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's pretty spot on. I don't know. This one popped up in foul territory. That one's going to go out of play.
You may have a better angle than me, though. I got the center fielder here right in front of me.
Yeah, me too. Cam Spencer, unfortunately, blocking our view here. So 1-2 the count here to Collins. And he grounds that one away, but that one is going to go a foul.
It's nice to see Collins back in the lineup after he initially was out against Gloucester. They brought him in towards the end of the game to pinch run, and I believe he ended up staying in, but he was hurting a little bit the other day, so it's nice to see him back and fully healthy.
pops this one into the infield, legging it out to first base, but a nice throw made there by Tyler Schultz, and Collins is down. So now the big lefty, Luke Lomax, 273 average, 855 OPS, someone who's just been on fire throughout the past couple of years, looking to get things started for the Silver Knights, but he swings and misses at strike one. That one in for strike two. So 0-2 here to Lomax. DeCastro trying to get out of this inning almost perfect. And here's the pitch. Strike three, swinging and missing in Lomax, and DeCastro on fire to start for this Haddon Township squad. We're still sitting at zeros on the board for both teams.
That was 2 strikeouts there. He's really, pounding the zone early. Like, just gotta, maybe just you can get a guy on base or something like that. See a couple pitches, feel him out. It's early. Bounce back here.
What he's doing is a lot of off speed from DeCastro. We haven't seen a lot of that fastball yet. Got both Camardo and Lomax on the off speed pitch. So I think Sterling is almost sitting a little bit fastball, but they're getting fed some off speed pitches here.
Yeah, I would like to see what Evan Miller does, and he'll lead off next inning.
Yeah.
Big lefty against a righty that's throwing some off speed. You got to think if Evan can time something up there, Dan.
He hit a home run in their scrimmage against Kingsway.
He did. I mean, Evan has the
pop.
Evan can hit a ball, as far as he wants. He's huge.
What university is he committed to?
He's going to Eastern.
That's correct. That's right. And then Vaughn is Immaculata, correct?
Vaughn's Immaculata,
Yeah,
yes.
that sounds right. So leading off the ending is going to be Braden Kamula for the Haddon Township Hawks. The third baseman looking to get things started here against Kozaneski, who had some trouble early with the control, but kind of got it down as the inning went on. And a rare scoreless inning as of late for the Knights. So Kozaneski has some work to do on the mound.
Yeah, the bat's been hot for the Knights.
So that one taken first pitch down low by Kamulda. It is very chilly out here, man. I'm feeling it.
It definitely is. At least we got some jackets on though, Dan.
Yeah.
Keep us warm.
Travis with the good old state championship jacket on.
Yeah, you gotta wear it when you can here.
My old Eagles.
It's a very nice jacket. Dan.
My Eagles starter. Thank you. My Eagles starter jacket. Yeah. So 1-1 the count after the foul tip. And that one inside for strike two. Very nice pitch there from Kozaneski, mixing in some of the off speed. So 1-2 the count here to Kamulda. He swings this one out to left field.
Right.
Rosano's back, and he makes the catch.
Corn's really, really consistent out there in that outfield. He's got a great arm, so love to see him make that play right there.
Seems a really hard thing, Trav, is, when those balls go in the outfield, I always get my lefts and rights mixed up. Because over there is right field by Gogolski.
Yeah.
But by Corzano, it's left field. So it's it's a tough thing to know. And this one hit out to center field. Lomax coming in on it, but that one's going to get down. First pitch hit there for Jantorno. Very nice base hit from the right fielder.
Maybe if Lomax is a step or two in there, he gets there, but that ball was hit. It's a pretty solid piece of contact right there, right up the middle. Solid base hit.
So now it's Tyler Cornhog, the first baseman, as Kozaneski throws over to first. The right fielder with some speed on first. Cornhog gets this one out to left field. That one's going to stay fair. Rosano gets to it. Rounding third is Jantorno, but the hold sign goes up.
They were waving for him to go home.
Yeah. And Cornhog gets himself a double here against Kozaneski, who has some trouble with only one out here in the second inning. Thankfully, Kozaneski facing the bottom of the lineup, so now Sean Crawford up to bat here for Haddon Township. This one fouled away. It's like lacrosse just wrapping up behind us. Their practice in this chilly weather, probably not ideal.
Probably not, no.
Track still going behind us. Also have softball all the way across.
It's really cool that, Emily Kaz is the head coach of softball, and you got her father, Mr. K, who is the head coach, and his dad, Senior K, is also coaching. His son's on the mound, so Sterling is filled with Kozineskis.
Sterling spring ball runs through the Kozineskis, I guess you could say.
It does. It does.
This one chopped that and fouled away, so now 2 strikes on Crawford.
Shout out Sean Kaz.
Sean Kaz?
Sean Kaz.
So that's the older Kaz, right?
It's the older Kaz, yeah.
Are there 2 older Kazes or just one?
It's Casey and then Emily and Sean.
Yeah, that makes sense. I always think that Romano is also Casey's sibling, but I don't know why I always do that. So 2 strikes now to Crawford. Here's the pitch. This one hacked at and fouled away once again.
It's funny you say that, Dan. Ryan's older brother and Casey's older brother are really good friends.
No, that's why I always say
Ryan
that.
and Casey are, yeah.
Yeah. It's just because I always see them together, so in my head I'm thinking,
Yeah.
But so now 2 strikes once again here to Crawford. Kozineski throws and gets him to chop at it. Kozineski takes a look at third, but throws to first, and there's an error by Kozineski, and the runner's going to score for Haddon Township. A 1-0 game early in this one.
That hurts there, Dan.
So when you really need an out right there, a routine throw by Kozineski, or what should be routine, becomes some trouble for the Sterling Knights in an early run by the Hawks after an error by the Silver Knights. Is that one taken for strike 1? Cam Spencer, the center fielder, now up to bat, and then after him, it'll go back to the top of the lineup for Haddon Township.
Off attempt there.
Kozineski a little rattled out on the mound right now. That one taken on the outside for strike 2. So 0-2 the count here to the center fielder, Cam Spencer. It's Kozineski. Kicks and deals. That one taken outside there. The runner goes to second. Camardo lays down the tag, and he's safe into second base.
That was close, Dan.
That was very close. A big heads-up play there by the left fielder, Sean Crawford, and then that also takes away the double play option for the Silver Knights.
Was another great throw there by Schwartz, though. I'll give it to him.
So 1-2 the count here to Spencer. Kozineski kicks and fires. Hits this one lightly. As Kozineski checks 3, throws it to Evan Miller. No error this time.
Is Casey hurting?
I don't know. I think he might have just... Uh-oh. I think Casey may have taken an awkward step right there. On his way to third, on his way to first, he kind of went down.
Yeah, this is not a good sight right now.
He's in a lot of pain.
This is.
So who looks like they're warming up in the pen here? That might be 17.
That is Gavin McCormick, I believe.
I think you are.
It's hard to see with that ski mask on.
It says 17. Yeah, a lot of them are wearing ski masks, but let me take a look.
17. Yep, that'd be McCormick.
That would be McCormick?
McCormick.
All right, so Gavin McCormick now warming up in the pen here for the Silver Knights.
Casey's still not on his feet here. This is definitely not a good sight. This is terrible.
It looked like it was awkward when he went jogging over to first.
Yeah, it looked like when he went down for that ball and he took a step to get to throw that ball there to Miller. Wondering where Mr. Clank is right now.
Yeah, I know. So an unfortunate sight to see here for Kozineski, who is still down, yet to get on his feet.
Looks like he's got his hands over his face there. I mean, this just
I think it's a leg problem.
It has to be. He kind of fell on it pretty weird.
Yeah, and it wasn't.
Until he
It
tried to
almost
stand
like
up.
crumpled down. It wasn't like an immediate, problem.
I'm wondering, maybe I could be wrong here, but maybe the field. I don't know. Maybe he stepped on something and maybe twisted his ankle.
Well, there are divots here and there, Trav, and
There
I
are.
don't think a twisted ankle would affect him this poorly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta hope it's nothing crazy, because Casey's a key part of this team. He's a senior. As here comes Mr. Clank.
Yeah, this isn't a good sign at all. So Casey Kosneski will be removed from this game, assumingly, over here in center field.
Yeah.
So Gavin
Especially-
McCormick now the pitcher. Where it looks like he is the one warming up in the bullpen.
Just getting his arm loose here. This might be a little bit here, Dan.
So this would be an awesome time to cut to commercial, but unfortunately, we don't have that technology here in center field. So you're going to listen to Travis and Dan do our best Tom McCarthy and John Crook impression. But seriously, really unfortunate for Casey Kosneski, just someone who is definitely on the uprise this season, and this is worst case scenario, could be a season ender.
You gotta hope that's not the case, Dan. I'm really hoping right now that maybe it's just a tweaked ankle, or maybe he just feels something in a muscle, and you just give him a week or two here, and he's feeling better. You would hate to see your senior season come to an end, or miss an extended period of time just simply fielding a ground ball. I hope for the best here for Casey. He's a great kid.
Yeah. And I mean, we just made the statement, not a couple of statements, not only one about the big three of their starting pitchers, but Kosneski.
Looks like he's back on his feet there, Dan. He's hobbling.
He's
over.
hobbling.
Yeah.
So Kosneski.
This is a tough boil.
Out of this matchup, does get the out at first without allowing a run.
Head in the jersey right now. He's definitely in some pain. This is really hard to watch, especially Casey being a very, very close friend of mine.
Yeah.
I've been friends with him for countless amount of years here, especially through middle school and especially high school, playing basketball with him. Dan, this really hurts to see, man. I hope the best for him.
So it does look like Gavin McCormick now the pitcher for the Silver Knights.
Mr. K is over there now checking up on his boy. Sean's checking out his leg.
So 1-0 the score here for Sterling, off of an error caused by the transfer to Kosneski to Miller. And then on that last out, Kosneski went down and was down for quite a long time. So now the pitcher is going to be Gavin McCormick.
You really got to hope here that the boys can rally around Casey now and, play for him. This definitely hurts seeing him go down like this, man. Definitely something you do not want to see.
So this might be the old bullpen game here for the Knights.
Which, Dan, is tough given the fact that they play again tomorrow and they have a game on Saturday. So you really got to watch pitches here. Some guys that might not usually throw might throw in a game like this now. Losing your starting pitcher, you're kind of hoping that Casey can give you 4 or 5 innings maybe.
And it's high school ball, so you're not going to have countless arms like you do in the MLB in college.
And that's what we were referring to earlier in the broadcast here, Dan. It's nice having 3 guys like Casey, Vaughn, and Gogo, who you have 3 starters that can go out there and get you 5 or 6 innings, especially like Gogo, who threw a complete game the other day. You don't really have to go to a bullpen too much, so you keep guys fresh. But now losing Casey, it looks like you're going to have to turn to the pen here, because obviously he's not there to give you that extended game. Really just rooting for the best here for the Knights.
And, rooting for the best here for Kosneski as well.
Yes, for sure. He looks surrounded right now by the coaching staff. I believe that's athletic director Ken Siena over there, too. Just got to hope he's okay.
Jeez.
Crazy turn of events here. Really unfortunate. For how many outs we got right here?
Two.
Dan? Two?
We got 2. So we do have 2 on the inning. Facing the top of the lineup, the second baseman, Tyler Schultz, coming up to bat. Kazi got through 1 2/3.
Still working on him over there, it looks like.
And it is a leg issue, as we mentioned before.
Unfortunate that we couldn't cut the commercial there.
I know. Or not even cut to commercial, just cut to a promo or just something. But fortunately, we have no Tad and no TV truck.
Hopefully, maybe he can go back and edit some of this out.
Yeah. But we are live as well on YouTube, so that it doesn't help our case very much either.
Yeah, it does not.
So now the big lefty, Gavin McCormick, is going to be going against the righty, Tyler Schultz. McCormick nails strike 1. Nice pitch right there on the outside part of the plate. This one fouled off by Tyler Schultz, who goes down early, 0-2 in the count. So 0-2 the count, and the pitch. Gets him going on strike 3. Tyler Schultz goes down swinging. McCormick comes in after 2/3 of that second inning and gets his first strikeout of the day. And now Sterling needing to awaken the bats a little bit, as they have Miller, Gogolski, and Rosano, a really hot part of their lineup, coming up. Softball in the lead right now by Gateway at a 4-2 score. Our insider, Mr. Schmid, with the information.
Yeah, he's down there right now, so hopefully he can keep us updated.
So after a long top of the 2, now we look at the bottom of the 2, and Trav, this is a matchup that you were really excited to see between Miller and DeCastro.
Yeah, Evan's been, especially when I was at Rutgers watching them play, Evan hit some really, really hard balls. He roped one into the outfield. Believe it was for a double. He's really been, making hard contact with his approach here, and he's got a really, really solid approach when it comes to hitting. He waits for his pitch. He's a power hitter, but he also knows how to hit for contact. So, I'm looking forward to this. You got a righty on the bump who throws a lot of off speed against a big lefty like Evan, who can take the ball for a ride with just one swing of the bat. So, I really like Evan's chances here up at the dish.
And they need some pop, and they need some pop quick, especially again with the injury to Kozaneski. Only got through 1 2/3, allowed 1 run. McCormick came in and got the strikeout against Schultz. So again, as we mentioned, the big dog Evan Miller coming up to the plate.
If we could just eliminate this wind, Dan.
I know. It would actually be quite pleasant out here, but the wind it's freezing our hands. Matthew Schrader got the hand warmers out.
Shout out, Matt. Yeah, I feel like as here we go, Evan Miller.
And he ropes one up the middle. Evan Miller, first pitch, first hit. The hefty, big hefty, with his first hit of the day.
Gotta say, Dan, I talked about that for an inning and a half there, all the way leading up to this at bat. That felt good to be right.
It could have been the negative announcer's jinx right there.
Yeah, it wasn't though. It wasn't though. Got here Anthony Gogolski, another lefty. It's almost interesting to see here in a lineup. They have 3 lefties batting in a row. Usually see kind of sprinkled out here and there.
Was Evan batting lefty?
Evan is a lefty.
Huh. I must be going insane. But
Is
now,
he a lefty?
I don't think so. I thought he was batting righty. Because I was going to throw in the little hefty lefty thing, as now Gogolski bunts him over.
Could be wrong. I really could be wrong. Huh. Anyway.
Anyway. So now it's Quentin Rosano, the left fielder. 385 average this year, a 846 OPS. He's been on absolute fire for the Knights so far this year. Miller with a huge lead off of second. Rosano chokes up, sends that one into right field.
Evan looks like you're sending him.
Evan Miller going home.
Testing his speed, he's in.
And Evan Miller gets there, and he's safe.
Quentin Rosano stays hot. He had 2 hits last game. And he has another one in his first at-bat here, which also knocks in a run. Evan Miller showing off the wheel, scoring from second on a single.
So a big hit there from Quentin Rosano, who improves his average even more, chokes up on the bat, sends it the opposite way into right.
Quentin really just knows how to put the ball in play, and I think that's why you see him. He's always on base, I feel like, Quinn, and it's always like little singles and doubles.
So Johnson rolls this one over to third. A throw across the diamond gets to first.
Like the catcher here, Nate Schwartz, is coming up. Because I believe, looking at this, Casey would not hit. You only have 9 guys hit.
Yeah. It's Schwartz and then Carroll.
I really do feel bad here if I thought Evan was hitting lefty.
I was going to throw in the hefty lefty quip because he's a big dog.
Maybe my eyes were deceiving me.
Swinging lefty. I thought the same.
If you watch this later, Ev, my apologies.
Me too.
I was still right about him getting a hit, though.
Yeah, that is true. So he brought that into existence. I think that's what matters.
Yeah,
and then the big dog was rumbling. Yeah, rumbling from second.
He was showing off the wheels.
Schwartz pops this one up. That one's going to go foul. So 1-1 is the count. So bottom of the 2, a 1-1 score. Pitcher steps off the mound, almost tries to get Rosano. Rosano quickly retreats.
You saw with Evan Miller, too. They're taking leads here. They are. Quinn's a couple steps off the bag, as was Evan.
Pitcher steps off once again.
Quinn didn't even go back to the bag there, Danny.
No. DeCastro seems a little bit aware of Rosano's movement on second.
Now, is there a rule for how many step-offs you get, Danny? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
I believe in the MLB there is, right?
Yes, in the MLB there is. I'm clearly not 100% sure on the high school side of things. So 1-1 count here to Schwartz. Rosano takes the lead off a second. Here's the pitch. That one taken down low. That one gets away from the catcher, and Rosano's going to get to third. Rosano puts on the brakes there.
Now, see, that's what's tough. That our backstop is pretty far back from home plate. It's not close. So another pass ball like that, Rosano easily scores.
So 2-1 count. Here to Schwartz. Swings and misses at strike number 2. So 2-2 count. 2 outs. Here to the catcher, Nate Schwartz, looking to get the bat heated up, because he's had a bit of a slow start to the season. Kicks and deals. Chops this one over to the first base side. A nice play. Gives it over to DeCastro on the bag, and that'll do it for out number 3. So 1 run apiece here after the second inning. It'll be Sheehan, Feely, and Rice to start the third for Haddon Township.
Wondering how Casey's doing over there. Hopefully he's feeling good and Sean's taking good care of him.
Yeah, strangely enough, I'm shocked he hasn't been wheeled over to the training room.
So that's maybe something positive there. He hasn't been taken into the training room. Hopefully he's just icing it up and he'll feel better in a day or two here. Casey's a tough kid.
Yeah, but those injuries, especially if they're major, are not just something that you can kind of just rush through or kind of power through,
For sure.
I'm sure as an athlete, I mean, you've been through your fair share, and
yeah,
that's not something that you can just bounce back from.
It's not. It's really not. I tried giving it a shot there against Overbrook in that playoff game. I had the mid-foot sprain, and it's definitely something that was real tough, for me to do. But you don't want to play with anything, especially early in the season. Someone like Casey here, take the time, get right. Feel good coming back. You don't want you don't want to make anything worse or affect your play with an injury. So, hopefully Casey, we have a great trainer in Sean Clank. He's the man. So, he'll take real good care of Casey. He'll be back and better. Hopefully we don't even have to talk about him missing time, Dan. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah. That would be best case scenario right now. Even a little bit of time is best case scenario, because a lot of those non-contact injuries, I'm sure we both know,
Are scary.
They're scary.
Very scary.
You've been through the soccer team through their fair share of injuries. A lot of the other sports teams, girls soccer. So definitely not something you want to see, especially this early in the season.
You really worry with non-contact. You really.
And
do.
that's exactly what that was.
Happened. He made a routine play on the ball.
This one chopped over into left field, and what a catch! Quentin Rosano. Atta baby, Quentin Rosano in left field. What a play! Throws up the X. Wow.
I'd say, I don't know if that's Quinn out there. Or, Nick Castellanos maybe. I've seen Cassie make a couple catches like that.
Actually, Trev, I think he would be in Go-Go spot. That would actually be Max Kepler or Brandon Marsh over in left.
Talk about Sosa robbing a home run last
Well, that
night.
is true. It could be Edmundo Sosa as well, yeah. Quick 0-2 count here to the DH, Colin Feely, who got a single his first time up.
Rosano's a great outfielder. He holds it down. He made a good play on the ball earlier and he got the ball in quick, stopped a run from scoring. He's having a great day out there.
Yeah, and talk about a kid who's had some slow starts throughout all of his sports to start the season, having a quick start here in the baseball season. Here's the 1-2. That one fouled away.
Quinn's a competitor. You gotta love it about him. He's gonna lay out there just like you just saw for fly balls. He's gonna get banged up on the soccer field. He's not afraid of contact.
No.
He's just a fierce competitor.
And he's a loudmouth, I'll tell you that much. 1-2. This one hit high. That one going to go out of play.
Yeah, Quinn will not step down from anything.
Yeah, especially, talking some smack to someone else. It's his specialty, actually.
He did win a trash talking award at the soccer banquet.
He did. So 1-2 again here to Feely. And gets him swinging and missing. What a pitch there by Gavin McCormick, throwing him a little bit of the off-speed for strikeout number 2. And that brings up the catcher, Kirby Rice.
Haddon Township probably adjusted to Casey being a righty. Now that they're real quick, it's a lefty. So, got to hope that Gavin can use that to his advantage. He's gotten...
Wrapped up right now.
So 0-1 the count. It is our athletic director says Casey's getting wrapped up.
Up right now, yeah.
Ankle?
Ankles, yeah.
This one fouled off out of play for a 1-1 count.
Beautiful view.
And we're joined here by our athletic director, Mr. Sayana. Mr. Sayana, welcome to your Channel 19 broadcast.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. It's like old time sake here.
It is old time's sake, yeah.
This is great. What a great view out here.
Yeah, it is very pretty. Unfortunately, couldn't see what happened on the Kozaneski injury. That's the only defect it has sometimes.
He has a little comebacker, made the play, tried to check the runner, and twisted his ankle, it looks like.
Okay, good. So nothing too serious.
Well, let's hope.
Well, yeah.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
That's a good point. But thankfully, it was nothing in the knee or anything. That's what we were really worrying about here. Because, again, we can only assume sometimes.
Yes.
2-2. Strike 3, going down swinging, and Gavin McCormick, pure filth so far on the mound from 17. He has 3 strikeouts.
It's a great job picking him up right there, huh?
Yeah, McCormick has been
Coming
on fire.
strong here.
So now it'll be Patrick Carroll, then it'll go back to the top of the lineup for Camargo and Collins, the next 3 up. Sterling looking to capitalize off of a great pitching inning right there from Gavin McCormick, and hopefully the bats can heat up. And speaking of bats heating up, Mr. Sayano, the old Yankees fan over here, they're doing pretty good so far.
They're decent. They
Decent?
had a 3-game losing streak they just snapped today. So
Who'd they play? Detroit. still?
Detroit. Yeah, they're playing Detroit, and it's a little cold out there, and they're not the toughest guys. So
Oof.
yeah, I'm calling them out a little bit. Yeah, they got the win just now, so I'm happy.
Who was on the mound?
Max Fried, 7 innings. Yeah,
Nice.
11 Ks.
If Phillies picked up a rough loss yesterday against the Atlanta Braves,
Yeah, they'll bounce back. They'll bounce back.
but that's off of, I was talking with my dad about it, and that's, two pitchers that you would never expect the final score, or the score by the time they were both taken out to be 5-5. And the one was caused by an error by Rojas in center, but still.
Yeah, that was a little league play, huh?
Yeah, no kidding. But still, the Cy Young and the runner-up Cy Young both allow 5. That's something that, I don't think anyone was ready for.
No. Expecting a great matchup. Still was probably awesome, but
Yeah, it was a good one. Schwarber almost had the cycle, only needed a double, actually. Someone at his speed,
chugging around
to
getting
third. Yeah.
It's
And
the
then
toughest one,
he
right?
hit a 462 homer. And that went 118 off the bat.
Wow, that's insane.
Just absolute.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy these metrics you get now in baseball?
Yeah, I wish we had like a little StatCast thing.
Yeah,
here, right here.
We
That'd
need
be-
that, right?
Especially here in center field. You're not
the exit
seeing
velocity.
much. Yeah. We're not seeing much over here, especially in terms of, the really inside stuff of the game. I'd say one thing, we couldn't see much on the Kozaneski thing, so I'm actually happy you came over, gave us a little bit of insight.
Yeah, I just figured I'd come say hi, man. You guys are out here working as usual.
Yep. Live on YouTube, actually. We got it.
Yeah.
We got it live and going, so everyone at home is watching it right now too.
I expect nothing less from you guys. Expect nothing less.
Yeah, with
Best crew around.
Well, with no Tad, it's definitely a little bit different. We don't have the truck. We don't have all the animations, but we have our little soundboard.
He's
So-
here.
Yeah.
He's
but-
here in spirit.
Yeah, he's over there.
He's about 300 feet away, but
Yeah, I'm actually really happy he's here because we actually couldn't unlock the truck, so we had a moment where we had actually to go run over and ask him in his
so
little.
you had to interrupt the coach during pregame.
Oh man, Mr.
Oh
Sonano.
man, that's tough.
I
That
didn't,
hurt. That
listen, I didn't want to, but
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
you gotta do what you gotta do, especially.
You gotta get the job done.
I'm
here,
broadcasting his game, so I had to.
too. So you get a free pass.
Yeah, exactly. So that one fouled away by Patrick Hill. 2-1 the count.
Don't hit my truck.
Where's your truck?
It's parked
Oh,
over
it's
there.
parked over there.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you meant like it was over there. I was like, oh.
No. I worry sometimes with these foul balls.
Yep. And there's another by Patrick Carroll. So evens up the count here at 2. DeCastro doing a good job so far. Has 4 strikeouts on the day. Or excuse me, he only has 2. I was looking at the other side of the page. And strike 3 to get strikeout number 3 on Patrick Carroll, who goes down swinging to start off this 3rd inning. So now it's the top of the order. Captain Camardo coming up to bat here for the Sterling Knights.
Getting a little feedback from home here.
From my mom. I don't know why my mom texted you, but all right. So this one grounded over to short.
Okay, come on, beat it.
Hop, step, and a
Yes.
throw, but that one goes behind the
Let's go.
first baseman. Camardo now rounding the bases. He's going to get to second safely after the error from short. Sterling now with a runner on second with Collins coming up to the plate. That was a wild throw by Sheehan.
I didn't want to correct you there. You almost made a mistake.
I know. I almost
You need a
made
little
two.
white out. You got to go pencil.
I know. I do have
You
to
know.
go pencil. I simple mistake. Simple mistake. Simple mistake.
This is one of my favorite things to do at home when I'm watching a game.
I do love doing this too.
Scoring a game. At
Although I've had a little bit of trouble starting this game scoring. There was a couple things there were a couple errors where I thought, oh, that could have been on someone, or that could have been. There was one where there was a hit, but me and
I'll
Travis
be
and I had a
honest. You're
conversation.
making, making judgment calls from center field. That's
Yeah.
impressive. No, that's impressive. It's great. Now we got to get one here.
That one taken up high, 2-0 here to Collins. Well, last year I had my good buddy Brian McLernan back here, and he's a baseball whiz, so he could really tell even from here what was
I'm
going on.
not surprised
and
he's a baseball.
He's a big baseball whiz. Movie guy and baseball guy, so it's
So you picked up the slack during basketball season?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
he's the jack of all trades. So 2-0 here to Collins. Is that one taken outside for ball number 3?
Go. What are you thinking here? Green light?
No.
Taking one.
Definitely taking one,
I'm
especially
taking
with
one here for sure.
the effectiveness of Collins' speed on the base pads
Mhm.
is definitely something that you can't really deny.
Oh.
So that one taken up high for ball number 4 to Collins. So man on first and second, 1 out, and the program, Luke Lomax, coming up
This
to
is
the
the guy you
plate.
want up right here.
Oh yeah, you do. Struck out his first time swinging. Now with some pressure on the base pad, smacked around 2 home runs last year. I told him, I said, Luke, I want a homer. So hopefully this would be a great time to get me one.
Which way is the wind blowing? Is it in our face right now?
It's going this way.
Okay, let's go for our lefty.
Yeah. So it is going towards right field.
Look for something inside and pull it.
Yeah. I think that's how he got his last year. It actually ended up right over there. So he has the conditions, has the pop.
I'll take a single though. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, we'll take anything
Yeah,
here.
we'll take anything here.
It's 2 speedsters on the bag, especially.
Yep.
To Castro for the first pitch. That one taken outside for ball 1. He can't enter back in, I'm pretty sure. That one taken for strike number 2. Or excuse me, for strike 1. So 1-1 the count here to Lomax. Runner on first and second here in the bottom of the third. 1-1 score between Township and Sterling. As Lomax hits
Here we
this
go.
one over to first, bobbled by the first baseman. They're going to get the play, but the runners move. So a man now on second and third. With 2 down here for Sterling. Now it's the big dog, Evan Miller. Singled his first time up in the second.
Looking for the same thing here. Let's
Yeah.
get this single. Right
Looking to
up the
make some
middle, right?
damage here in the third. He is a righty. Yeah, that is on our conversation earlier. This one hit over to the
Gets through,
shortstop, and
yes.
that one gets through.
Come on,
Collins rounding third.
Beautiful. Here we go.
Miller stops at
guys.
first, and those are 2 runs there
Great
for the
job.
Knights. 2 RBIs for Evan Miller as he gets his second single of the day. The big dog coming in big time for the Knights. 3-1 the score. Big moment for the Knights. Definitely needed that one. And with the speed of Camardo and Collins, definitely something you just needed to get it on the ground and through. So now Gogolski up to the plate. Takes it inside for ball 1.
Got a nice hole there between first and second with the runner being held on there. Let's poke one through.
Gogolski goes for strike 1. So 1-1 the count here to Gogolski. Miller on first. 3-1 the score. And the pitcher steps off. That one taken outside for strike 2. So 2 outs. 1-2 count here to Gogolski. Miller on first. And the pitch.
Okay.
Taken up high for strike number 2. Two here to Gogolski. The windup in the pitch.
Okay, outside.
That one taken outside for ball number 3. So full count here to Gogolski with 2 outs. Runner on first.
He'll be going on the pitch.
Big dog Gogo
Right, he should be going. Here he goes.
takes that one outside for ball 4. Gogolski gets on base, and now the hot bat of Quentin Rosano up to the plate here for the Silver Knights.
Maybe I spoke a little early because Q might be the guy we want up right now.
Yeah,
He is on fire.
singled his last time in the plate. Man on first and second here, 2 outs. So Rosano 3-1 the score. As he takes that one for strike 1. hits that one into the gap. That one's going to get through. Miller stops at third. Evan Miller now going home. That one gets past the catcher. Miller's going to get there. And the runners stop at third and second. Another run for the Knights as they lead it 4-1.
Great job right there. And that's our advantage with the big backstop. All right, they're ready to run on anything there. Awesome job.
So Rosano gets it through. A pass ball scores Miller. Rosano with his second hit of the day, his second single, and that brings up the DH, David Johnson. Also someone with quite the hot bat recently.
Yeah.
357 average, grounded out to third his last time up.
When you have a chance, you got to check his bats out. He has some of the most impressive bats I've ever seen.
He takes ball one. This one hit the opposite way, right to the third baseman.
Get down.
Rosano's going to get there, and the run's going to score.
Beautiful right now.
So that one bobbled by the first baseman, or third baseman, a very hard hit. Rosano,
What do you score on that one there?
I'm scoring that a hit.
Get him a hit?
Yeah, I'm giving
Base
him a
off
hit. That was a
base
really
off
hard,
the
hard contact.
lefty coming off a little slice action.
Excuse me, Gugolski scored. Rosano goes to third, and Johnson safe at first. So runners on the corners now for Nate Schwartz, a bat that really needs to get hot. This one hit out of play.
I didn't even see it.
I didn't see it either. I lost it. That one
That was nice.
inside for strike number 2. So 0-2 the count here. 2 outs. 5-1. 4 runs scored in this third inning. This one chopped over to third base.
Okay.
And a bobble there by the third baseman. Scores another run for the Knights. Rosano scores from third as Schwartz gets on. 6-1 the score. Kamulda getting a lot of work over there at third base this inning. Looks like a pinch runner here for the catcher, Nate Schwartz.
Batted around here, right?
Yep.
Back up to PC.
Looks like Kyle Hughes is the pinch runner for Schwartz. PC takes that one up high for ball 1. Timeout called at the plate. So 1-0 the count, 6-1 the score here. Still the bottom of the third. They batted around here in this one. Patrick Carroll looking to send this one through the gap. Collected by the second baseman and thrown to first, and that's going to wrap up the inning, but not after, allowing 5 runs. Sterling, a very productive third inning, as they give Gavin McCormick a little bit of help on the mound to make this one a 6-1 game.
Was I the good luck charm here?
I think you were.
When I put this headset on, I mean, poof. All right, listen, guys, thanks for having me.
Of course.
I'm going to get this back to the best goalie, best soccer goalie I've ever seen here. Trav, here you go.
Travis. Thanks for coming on, Mr. Sayano. We always appreciate your
I
insight.
appreciate that, Mr. Ciano. I appreciate that.
We're actually just going to take a moment here in the announcer's booth to collect ourselves. 6-1 the score here, getting ready for the top of the fourth. So welcome back here to Sterling Channel 19, and Travis and I had a moment to talk, and he really did predict an Evan Miller masterclass in this one.
I did. I was saying before the game that I really thought Evan was going to have himself a game, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's 2 for 2, 2 RBIs, 2 singles, and he's playing some good defense there first. I'm proud, and I'm glad that, he was my pick to have a game. Everyone's having a game. Yeah. It was a great inning. I passed the mic over to Mr. Ciano there. He's a good luck charm. We might have to call him back if we get into a jam ever, because
I'm sure McCormick feels good on the mound, knowing he has a little bit of run support. So it's again a 6-1 game as McCormick back out there for the 4th as he gets himself in a 1-1 count.
Loved how the boys really rallied around Casey though after he went down. They all picked him up when they got off the field, and then they went out there and had a really good inning, and they really picked up for Gavin too coming into the game. He came in, he really wasn't warmed up, but you got to think now he's got 6-1.
6-1.
Yeah, so he's got him some really good support that last inning through good hitting and base running and just overall great effort.
That one taken down low for ball number 4, so Kamulda gets on base with a walk. Must feel good for him after a bit of a rough fielding 4th inning to get on base with a walk. Had some action coming his way a lot of that inning.
That's what you gotta like about the Knights too. There were some couple plays that Haddon Township really could have thought were outs, some grounders and stuff, but the Knights ran everything out and they were really aggressive on the base paths. So you really gotta appreciate that, because that's the stuff that's gonna win you games.
So 1-1 the count here to Jantorno, who got a single his last time up. That was off of Kozaneski. McCormick throws that one outside, 2-1 the count, and Schwartz calls timeout. Yeah, we both know Mr. K quite well, so I'm sure one thing he definitely preaches and practices is hustle and hard work.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to meet someone who works as hard as Mr. K a lot of the time.
And the boys, are an example of him. They're his product out there. They're really gritty. They're aggressive. You can hear them all on the bench, too. They're loud. They really, play for each other. And Mr. K tells me all the time, I was asking some stuff before they game today. They thrive off their pitching. They take the runs when they can get the runs no matter how. They weren't the cleanest runs they just got last inning. Some overthrows, some errors, but there was some really hard hit balls. They take advantage of what they can get offensively, but they make up for it. They play great defense. They have great pitching. So, Mr. K's a great coach, and, he's a player's coach as well. So, all these players they're in it for him as well. It's, they're all in it for each other as a team, and I think that's why they've found some really early success this season.
But now they find themselves in a jam here as 2 walks by McCormick gives the first baseman Cornhog back up, who doubled in his last time up, as McCormick seeks that one in for strike number 1.
Just got to get an out here, let McCormick settle in this inning after a rough 2 first batters, but I'm sure they'll be good.
Strike number 2 taken by Cornhog, quickly down 0-2 in the count.
It's nice to be out here with you today, Dan.
Yeah, you too, Trav. It's starting to warm up just a little. My hands are the coldest out of everything. And that one taken up high for ball number 1. Kind of gives me a little bit of a flashback to soccer season, especially that state championship. I know you weren't feeling it as much. Maybe you were, but
at times, I was cold. I had on some Under Armour underneath the jersey. I had gloves on, but I was still freezing. I just think adrenaline was pumping. I really didn't feel much.
So 2-2 the count here to Cornhog. Runner on second and first, and the pitch. Strike 3 call there. Gets Cornhog looking. What a pitch by McCormick, who has himself his 4th strikeout of the day. The first backwards K of the day for either team is now the left fielder, Sean Crawford, up to bat.
We're actually sitting right by our goal mound right here, Dan. It's right to my left.
A lot of memories there, man.
Yeah, definitely. Gonna miss it.
So that one, ball 1 to Sean Crawford.
But that's what's going to work about this baseball team. You got some guys from that team. So a lot of them know how to win. and they know what it takes.
And a lot of them know the underdog mentality. Yeah,
exactly.
You guys weren't supposed to win from probably you guys, or people didn't think you guys were going to win.
No, yeah, I'm sure.
Either of the final 2 games.
Yeah, especially against Robbinsville. I mean, they were what? They were a 20-win team.
Yeah. It was impressive, man.
It was.
Some good times.
So if these seniors can get some of these younger guys like bought in, like like we can do this, we can win, like stack the odds against us. I feel like that can really carry these teams, and that's why it's always great having such experienced and seasoned seniors out there. Guys like Quinn and Jason that have been around the program, and Gogo, who's been a 4-year player as long as Evan Miller. It's really nice to have senior leadership. It really does take teams far in the end of the season.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Crawford. It's McCormick looking for the punch out here to get 2 outs on the board for the Knights.
I have soccer tonight, Dan. I'm afraid once the sun goes down, it's going to be freezing out. Yeah.
That one fouled off by Crawford. A great at-bat here by Sean. And on that note of being cold during that state championship game, Trav, Mr. K and I and Ben Nicholas were up top of the thing. So it was chilly.
I can only imagine how cold it was up there. Respect to you guys for being there and, filming that for us. You guys are troopers. Bases are now loaded after McCormick walks another.
So bases are juiced here for the 9-hitter, the center fielder Cam Spencer, who grounded out to Kozaneski on the play he got injured on the last time up.
What's going on?
That one taken inside for ball number 1.
Let's just see what they can do here to get out of this jam. Cormac's been pitching solid.
This one taken down low for ball number 2.
No movement in the pen either, Dan, so it looks like they're going to let McCormick go a couple innings here.
Yeah.
Deservedly so.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe we see a little Sea Dog entry.
I would love to see that.
I'd love to see that.
He's your partner in crime a little bit for the football. And did he get him?
They say he did not, although that was close.
Sea Dog was your sidekick for a little bit there, Dan.
Yeah.
Football and soccer. And he was on there with a couple games.
Listen, it was Sea Dog's fault that he never got on. I just like to say that. He always shoot me a text. I would always say, come on. Because he was really good.
He was. He was real solid at some of those games that I was listening to. I was actually just had to go back and cut off some stuff from the West Defford game for that project that me and Mr. K are working on. I believe Connor was on that game with you. I think. Hey,
he's great. I think he's good. He keeps it sweet. I mean, and that one taken inside for ball 4. So a run will score off the walk. Off the walk. That is the 4th walk of the inning.
Looks like Mr. K's coming out here for a quick little meeting with Gavin.
Who is that warming up in the pen? That is the question we're going to play today. Here in center, it is quite tough to see. My assumption is that is Aiden Gates. AG, wow. What a kid. Aiden Gates is what Travis and I like to call a character.
He's the man. He is. He's in the, he's out there with the Sterling goalies a little bit. Spent plenty of summers with Gates training. He is definitely a character. A good kid. Really good kid. He's passionate about what he does. So you gotta love it.
Yeah. He is a character. So the bases are juiced. Looks like Gates is warming up in the pen. McCormick's going to go back out there here to face the top of the lineup. Tyler Schultz up to bat here in the top of the 4th. 6-2 the score. Sterling up by 4. And yeah, think about it.
His last outing was Audubon. I think that's the only game he started this season.
Correct.
And they really haven't needed much pitching. Gogo gave you a complete game against Gloucester. Casey against Heights, and Vaughn yesterday too.
Yeah.
Getting the luxury of having three number 1s.
So that one taken inside for strike 1. Next one. This one hit sharply into left field. Rosano's going to get to it, but they're going to wave around the runners, but a runner slips on third. So only 1 run scores Tyler Schultz knocking in an RBI for Haddon Township. Could have had two, but I think, I'd like to say it was Jack Jantorno was the one that slipped and fell, or maybe it was Sean Crawford, one of the two. But the runners are, or excuse me, the bases are juiced once again here for Iman Sheehan, as he takes one for strike one.
It was a really good effort there by Pat Carroll. It was a really hard hit ball. Just looks like it got over his head. He gave it a diving effort, but ultimately was not able to get there.
That one fouled away for strike number 2. So 0-2 up in the count here for McCormick. Trying to get out of this jam here in inning number 4. The base pads are juiced. 0-2 the count, 1 out here for McCormick going against Sheehan. Trying to spark some life back into this Township squad. Is that one taken up high for ball 1?
Who's throwing for the Phils tonight, Dan?
Taiwan.
Great.
Is that one swung on and missed for strike number 3. Gets Sheehan with the off-speed pitch. Strikeout number 5 for McCormick. So now it's Colin Feely with the bases juiced once again. So we'll go against McCormick with 2 outs on the board. That one taken low for ball number 1. This one hacked on, sent into right field. Gogolski's not going to get to it, but he cuts it off, bobbles it a little bit, and the runners are going to go. 2 more runs score here for Haddon Township as Colin Feely knocks in both for the single. And we have ourselves a ball game here, ladies and gentlemen. 6-5 the score. Now it's the catcher Kirby Rice, who's struck out twice tonight. Going here against McCormick. Gates still warming up in the pen, and I think Coach K definitely wants to try and get McCormick the rest of this inning.
Yeah, good old Townships, and come back after a rough first half of the inning there. They responded. Let's see what the Knights can do, in their next inning here. Hopefully the bats pick up where they left off, Dan.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
That would be ideal for the Knights. This one hit over to third. Well played there by Patrick Carroll. Gives it over to second. And McCormick gets out of the jam, but allows 4. And we got ourselves a ball game here, ladies and gentlemen. 6-5 the score. Sterling still leads over Haddon Township. These innings are taking quite a long time. Poor Matt Strader's hands are probably not in the best place right now. I'm about to rip open my set of hot hands here. As a man, I'm feeling it. Let me tell you. It looks like something cool just happened at the softball game over there. I can hear a little bit of cheering. Hopefully our insider, Mr. Schmidt, updates us in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'll be shooting a text.
Please do. I'm waiting for our I'm going to yell at this kid moment, Trav. I don't know if you get that reference, the Crook, when they were in Washington.
John Crook? Yeah, that was great.
That was one of the funniest moments I think I've ever had watching broadcasting. Yo! Yo!
McCarthy was laughing so hard he was almost crying at that. I like those two together, Dan.
They are
I don't know how
probably
you feel.
one of the best. So here, I've talked to Mr. K about this a few times. They're definitely a little biased, but also that it is the home broadcast. I don't know what else Tad is expecting, but I think they're 2 of the easiest, the funniest, and 2 of the best announcers in the game.
They get along together and they mesh really well.
Well, that's half of it. You know what I mean? Like we've talked about this before, Trav, where it's important that you get along with the person that you're broadcasting with, or it's just gonna suck.
Yeah, they
You
joke
know what I
around
mean?
with each other. The conversation's not always baseball with the 2 of them.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be. I think that's the thing people A lot of sports, the conversation needs to be that sport. For soccer, conversation needs to be soccer. For football, same thing. Basketball, same thing. But
Baseball's hard to broadcast.
yeah, it's a lot of dead air.
With nine innings, there's not always something going on.
Yeah.
And I think they do a really good job of, I'm always entertained when I'm listening.
Yeah.
Even if the Phillies are losing, they keep me entertained.
You know who doesn't make me entertained? I'm going to put Ben Davis is his name. The other guy they had on yesterday during the Braves game, that guy stinks.
You don't like Ben?
No. Ben Davis, if you ever watch the Sterling Channel 19 broadcast, just know you are horrible at color announcing.
I enjoy Ruben Amaro when he gets on a little bit.
I'm not a fan of Ruben either. They both make me mad.
I don't mind Rubes. I don't mind Rubes at all.
No, so
Schmidt
the thing
gets on for Sunday.
Schmidt's fine. The problem with Ben is Ben thinks he knows what he's talking about and thinks he's a genius, and he just says some of the stupidest things. Is that one taken outside by Camardo? I'm sure I'm going to talk to Brian to make sure he watches this back, and he'll agree with me 100%. Brian McLernan, a.k.a. Movie Man. Speaking of movies, you check out that Minecraft movie yet, Trav?
I have not. Shout out LB, though, if McLernan's listening.
Yeah, shout out LB. Big fat shout out. Also shout out Matthew Schroeder. Hey, Matt, can you grab my pen? It actually fell down there. Thank you.
My dad says, quote unquote, girls are up by a bunch.
All right. We'll take it. So strike one taken by Camardo. 3-0 is the count here to the fast shortstop. Struck out his first time and got on after an error his second time. So good to see that the softball team taking care of work over on the opposite diamond. This one swung on, hit over to shortstop. Sheehan's going to make the play. Camardo's going to leg it out, and he gets there in time.
Really good play there by Sheehan, though, at shortstop. Great effort to get to that.
So no question on that score. That'll be a base hit for Camardo.
Now, this is the thing that Sterling likes to do here, Dan. When they get someone on first, especially with no outs, they typically like to bunt him over. You saw Gogolski bunt Miller over earlier in the game, and he did a couple of times there at Rutgers they attempted for it. So I'm wondering to see what they do here.
Camardo goes and steals, and that one hits Collins up top.
Drilled. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, there we go, Dean.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Dean, man, of all people, Dean has more adrenaline in him than any. Dean played multiple soccer games that were 100 minutes long, and at West Deptford, he played 100 minutes and got up and drilled a PK, and then ran up the sideline waving his arms at West Deptford. I mean,
Dean
just brings the energy. He just took
Dean
a pitch
just
and
got
sprinted up the
clocked.
sideline.
Yeah. While hyping up the team.
Oh.
This one gets behind the catcher. Runners move. So no outs. Man on first and second. Here for Big Poppy, Luke Lomax, a.k.a. The Program.
They call him the program for a reason, Dan.
Who started that?
I believe the whole team. I don't know who started, but all I heard was said something about Luke once, and someone was like, "Oh yeah, you're talking about the program." Man, ever since
that
it's
is
stuck.
a good nickname. This one fouled off. It reminds me, I don't know if you've seen those NBA TikToks, but like where they make like the paradox and the Pythagorean theorem, for the nicknames for the people.
Yep.
That's exactly what that reminds me.
Luke is the program.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's the Pythagorean theorem? It's that guy on Golden State. I just forget his name.
Drawing a blank here too, Dan.
That one taken for strike number 2. He has really poofy hair. I just can't think of his name. He has a weird name. It's like PZ.
Pods.
Something. Yes,
Yep.
Pods. Yeah, that's Pythagorean theorem right there, Trav. So 1-2 the count here to Lomax. Steps off. So DeCastro in a little bit of trouble here once again in the bottom of the 4th.
Top of the lineup's been doing its thing here for the Knights today. It has, and it's shown.
And a good part of this lineup coming up that has really, in the thick of it, been some of their best hitters as of late.
Hopefully my guy Evan Miller can stay hot right here. Big dog. As Mr. K used to call me and Evan Miller back when he coaches in basketball, his 2 towers. We were always the tallest guys on the court. We were K's towers.
K's Towers, got it.
He would just park us up on the low block. We'd go high-low all game.
Man. Yeah, there has to be a limit at some point, right, Trev?
He steps off a lot. He does. And the pickoff attempts. I believe in MLB, you get two.
Two.
And if you
Two
don't
per
get
batter,
it on
though.
yeah, 2 per batter. If you don't get it on the third attempt, I believe runner gets a base.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, though.
No, I think you're right. So 3-2 the count here to Lomax. Full count. Runner on second and third. Sterling up by 1 in this one. After Camardo got singled and Collins was hit by a pitch. 3-2. Winds and deals. This one hit deep into center field. Going back is the center fielder, and he misses
Drops it.
The runners are going to go. Lomax is going to get 2. Collins stops at third, and the runner will score. In this game, 7-5 now.
Just
After the error in center
Just
by
over his
Spencer.
glove. I gotta say now that this kid's kind of close to me, I like Haddon Township's jerseys.
Yeah.
I think the red and black's always a nice combination.
Now, what are those hats, man? I thought from back here they look camo, but I don't think
they are. I got a close up. It's a gray and red camo with the hawk on the back.
That is sick.
I do like that.
So Spencer drops that one.
It's a solid piece of contact there by.
This one hit by
And there
Miller.
is
That one gets
another
past the second
RBI
baseman.
by Evan Miller.
Lomax is going to go home. He fires away from third, and he's going to get home. 4 RBIs for big Evan Miller.
I harped on it before the game. Evan was going to have a day. He's 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs.
3 singles, 4 ribbies.
You
Evan
can't
Miller,
ask for much more.
have a day, big dog.
And it's what's so special about Evan is he's about 6'5", and he's hitting for contact like this. It's great. Nights are hot.
I remember reading Evan's senior spotlight, and he says, I'm 6'5", and I don't play basketball, but he's much better on the diamond, let me tell you.
Evan does have a pretty jump shot.
Does.
He does. I think he could succeed if he played basketball. He gave it up, though, after 8th grade.
Trav, I hope I have you for the rest of these baseball games, because it is quite fun, just talking stuff with you. Makes it a little bit more enjoyable. Again, special shout out to Matt Strader on the camera. Give us a little wave.
He's got his hand warmers.
Yeah. Does it feel good? Yeah. I'm using them too. I may give Trav one of them once they warm up.
Miss Leakin actually told me because we were talking Yankees, if you're listening to this, I cannot, no more hand warmers, she said, in quotes. No more hand warmers for you.
Travis, he wasn't talking Yankees, though. You can't yell at Travis for that. That was a Ken Sayano thing. My mom's a Mets fan, for reference, ladies and gentlemen.
I guess I let it happen. I did give him the mic.
That is true.
Willingly, so Miss Leakin, my apologies.
So DeCastro gets one in here, 2 on the count here to Gogolski, who grounded to the pitcher as a sac bunt and walked his last time up. Or excuse me, that was 3-1, and that was the walk. So now Sterling with runners on first and second, with Rosano coming to the plate.
Another hot bat here in Rosano. Runners in scoring position. Hopefully Quinn can, stay hot at the plate and knock a guy in.
And now it looks like
Township may be going to the pen.
but I'm not sure where the pen is.
No one warming up.
Yeah.
Well, what's different about this field is our bullpen and Township's bullpen are actually together. So both teams actually do warm up next to each other over there. They share the same
All
pen.
right, so there is the pitcher coming into the game.
Interesting. He didn't take anything in the bullpen. He didn't get him. Did not get him.
That
going.
kid? Is that the pitcher?
I'm a little confused right now. Dan.
Coming from left, that might be the pitcher. It is. So hold on, give me a second. I'll figure this out. So that would be Sean Crawford. So Sean Crawford now pitching for Haddon Township. To take a look and see who was subbed in.
Dan, your mom said we are forgiven.
Chase Mancini was subbed into left, and Sean Crawford now is the pitcher for Haddon Township. Sorry, I worked that one out there, folks, but I think we figured it out.
We are forgiven, Dan.
All right, it's all good. Thank you, Mom. Sorry I haven't answered your text. I'm a little locked in on the game, but I love you. And just so you know, Mom, my head feels good, so I'm sure you're wondering about that. So Sean Crawford, now the new pitcher for Haddon Township. Chase Mancini checks into left. as they go against Quentin Rosano, who's been once again red hot.
Gates is up and moving again here in the pen, so I feel like it's all but certain they might be going to him next inning.
Hayden Gates. The score is 1 second, Mr. Schultz. 9-5.
9-5.
Yeah.
Break right now? Or?
No, I mean we're live, but it's baseball, you know.
Yeah, you can mix it in.
Yeah.
9-5. Okay. Wild game.
I know.
Any word on Casey?
No, I didn't. I didn't hear anything. Mr. Ciani he just gave him a bye, but I didn't get a chance to talk to him. So he I think he's in the dugout right now. So
That's good.
yeah, that's a good sign he's still sticking around. But again, just speculating. So.
Dan, I will say your man Connor Seadog is out of the pen. He's getting the arm going right now.
Wait, is he really?
Connor is throwing right there on the
Oh my
sideline.
gosh! Please. Oh, that's my dream. That is a fan favorite here on Sterling Channel 19. So no outs. Rosano now up to the plate.
So we do have movement. We got Gavin throwing. We also have Gates throwing right now too. Gates and Warrington are having a catch.
Get going, see you guys.
All right, we'll see you,
So
Mr. Schultz. So McCormick may go out for another one.
As it looks as though Sean, Mr. Clank, is leaving the game right now with Casey. He's got his bags. And here comes Kaz on crutches. This is not a pretty sight right here. My heart breaks for Casey.
Where do you see? Oh, yeah, I see it.
We're hoping for the best here.
So 2-0 to the count here to Quentin Rosano. That one take it down low. That one gets behind the catcher in the deep backstop. So
And
both runners will
Miller
advance.
just continues to show off the wheels.
Trav, it was a fast ball. That went 50 feet behind the catcher.
Another stolen base for the big fella, though.
Okay.
You love to say it.
I hope there's a ball that gets hit in the outfield and he gets to tag up. That's Travis's dream. Hey, we love Evan. I love Evan. That one taken inside, and Rosano walks, gives a little bat flip.
Only Quentin Rosano bat flips a walk.
No, so does Orlando Arcia. Don't worry. He did it last night. And I specifically remember Cook going, take your 185 or 2 for 15 and walk to first.
I don't think Arcia is in any position to be hitting the ball like Quentin Rosano is recently. So
Rosano bat flipped the walk. Oh my goodness. There's Q. That one taken down low for ball 1.
big lefty David Johnson up right now.
Big Justice.
Huge lead there by Gogolski on second base. He's
Yeah.
almost at third.
Yeah. He's not even phased as that one's taken for strike 1. Like, he isn't hustling back or anything. He's... That one taken down low for ball number 2. Oh, the boys. They're funny, man.
Indeed they are.
Hear him chirping from the bench.
And that would be Dean Collins, again, adrenaline guy.
2-2. Here to Johnson.
Yeah, Dean definitely brings the energy.
Yeah. Rosano bat flipping a walk. It's still so funny to me. Not surprising, but funny. This one fouled away there by Johnson. Way to work it.
So I believe Rosano and Miller have gotten on each at bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least in a walk or a base hit for him.
All you can ask for is for guys to get on base.
Oh, yeah.
And anything can happen. And here we go with Gogo with another huge lead.
Holy crap. Dude, he's at third.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, what Do you think he's trying to get someone to go at him and allow Evan to try to get home?
I don't know
That's
what
it is.
It also is go-go, so, yeah.
I mean, it really doesn't, if you think about it, too. Pitcher can't really commit with guys on third. Bad over third or second, and you try to get into a rundown with go-go.
This one's
Yeah,
popped up.
that one looks like it's going to draw.
Here into left.
It's not going to, but Miller's
And
tagging.
Miller's tagging from third. Miller
And
is
he's gonna
going to get
score.
home.
Have yourself a day. David Johnson was an RBI. You love to see it. And you guys got second on third.
So Miller showing off the wheels from third. A nice play by Mancini. And that is out number 1 here in inning number 4. And the score is 10-5. Man, it's cold.
It is cold, Dan.
Yeah.
It is definitely cold. I'm not looking forward to soccer
Excuse
tonight.
me. Hold on, give me a second. Maybe I missed one. I'm pretty sure the score is 10. I have 9 here, though.
Well, we had 6-5 coming into the inning. So I don't
Time
know.
to do some math here. So Camardo scored, Collins scored, Lomax scored,
And Miller scored.
and Miller
so that's
scored.
4.
So we have 4. So we do it. It is 10-5.
It would be 10, yep.
I just marked it down wrong. Thank you, Trav.
Anything, Dan. Hopefully Mr. K, enjoys listening back to this broadcast. I feel like it's been pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
When he goes back, I'm sure he'll probably do some editing. And, tends to do that in TV class sometimes. He'll go back and he'll chop some stuff up. Hopefully enjoys
For the
this.
greater good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he'll enjoy our commentary.
I definitely think he will, too.
He'll get a few laughs at a couple things. Is that a strike, Trav?
Yeah, he did call that a strike.
Cool. Center fielder blocked my view, unfortunately. So 2 strikes here on Schwartz. And the pitch. Swinging and missing there is Schwartz, and he's down on 3 strikes.
Here comes PC, Pat Carroll.
PC.
Pat Carroll is also my podcast partner on That Philly John.
When am I getting on?
Whenever you would like to, Dan.
What block do you have it? So let's say we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 starting with.
Tomorrow I would have it last bell.
So you have it during my news class.
I do have it during your news class. Yes,
When's the episodes?
Strauss brought the idea to us that me and Pat start a sports podcast, and why not carry on the legacy that Jay Clark and Brian McClernand, Ben Nicholas built here with That Philly John.
I'm there. Get me on, man.
They told me I could use the name, so I feel like there's no better of a co-host here than Pat Carroll to run the show with. Definitely looking forward to it. Definitely have Mr. Strauss on there a little bit. Get you on there, Dan.
Yeah, dude, gotta throw me on.
I would love for that.
I can get the Flyers talk going on there. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be you and P here because I don't know too much about the Flyers other than Ivan Fedotov
yeah,
is the better goalie here of the Flyers organization.
He was just nominated for an award. I mean, I think it's almost like the sportsmanship award that the NFL does every year, where it's like one player from each team gets nominated. But they selected Ivan Fedotov, so PC fouls this one away.
Fedotov, man, I love him. I'm not a big Flyer guy, but he's definitely gotten me tuned in. It hasn't been Mitchkov that got me into the Flyers. It's been Ivan Fedotov. I was heartbroken, Dan. We went to that game the one night, and he was not in net.
Yeah,
And putting that
Harrison
loss on
pooped the
him.
bed.
He did.
Played terrible. It was against Dallas, too. I don't remember the final score. I couldn't tell you, but I can
A
tell
lot
you.
to a little.
Yeah, it was a lot to a little.
Fly-
We had great seats, though, that game.
We did. That
We
was
did have some
enjoyable,
nice
and I had a
seats.
really good cheesesteak, too.
Yeah. Was it a special night that night? I feel like something like
Yeah,
significant.
something for the owner of the team.
Oh,
I've
Ed
never
Snyder.
seen-
Ed
yeah,
Snyder.
Ed Snyder.
Yeah. Is that one a nice breaking ball in there for strike number 3, and PC goes down looking, but Sterling gets forward that inning. As they now lead at 10-5. We're going to
Who's
take.
coming out here to pitch.
Oh, yeah, we're going to stay here. I think it looks like McCormick's going to go back on the mound.
It's hard to tell with the ski masks on.
I do think that's McCormick. I can tell by the build. Yeah, he is lefty too. So that is
Yeah,
Gavin
that'd be
McCormick back
McCormick.
on the mound. So McCormick goes back in here for the 5th. Top of the 5th, that is. We're 4 innings down, 3 to go between these two clubs. And it looks like Sean Crawford, at least I'm pretty sure, is going to start off this inning for Haddon Township. Few little outfield theatrics. Yeah, if we weren't mic'd up, Trav, I would love to get a roll call started, but unfortunately,
I would love to. I would love to get Rosano's attention.
we can't scream into the mics, or our viewers are going to be pretty unhappy. But I'd love to. Yo, Quentin.
I would love to get his attention over here, because he'll do something funny for the camera.
Yeah. Maybe not. On second thought. I mean, that's the last person I want doing something funny in front of the camera.
Kay might have to do some editing.
Yeah. I cannot tell who's up. So, cameraman Matt Strader, if you can zoom in on the batter and give us a number, that would be awesome. He's going to be in the red helmet.
There it is.
There's Q.
There it is.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to see a number. My suspicion is that it is Sean Crawford, but I'm not sure.
Dan, I'm pretty sure Warrington's up and moving in the bull. That is Connor Warrington up and moving in the bullpen.
Yes. Yo. Okay. Well, I guess we'll figure it out in a minute. Maybe it is Kamulda. This one gets hit over to Collins. Collins makes a nice play on a hop and gets this one over to Miller for out number 1.
I'd love to see Connor throw an inning
I think.
here, or an inning or two. I believe Connor threw against Audubon, Dan.
You know what, Trav? I've unfortunately, I think, lost my spot here in the old in the book. So wait, walk, strikeout, walk. First base, out number 2. Oh, so no, I got my place back. So that was Braden Kamulda up to bat. He grounded to second. Now it is Jack Jantorna. All right, we're back, baby. He swings and misses on that offering. Tips that one away. So 2 strikes in the at-bat.
So now Gates is back up there, too.
No, we know who we want here. Fan favorite.
And Channel 19 legend, too, Connor Warrington.
Man, I would love nothing to see, but I would love to see Connor Warrington check into this game.
I mean, I believe we were in the 6th here, Dan?
We are in the 5th.
The 5th, okay, so maybe you go
Sea-Dog and then Gates?
Yeah.
Or Gates and then Sea-Dog?
vice versa, maybe. Well, Gates is down already. Guess
Yeah.
he's just trying to stay loose, maybe? I don't know. I'd be pleased to see either, but I would definitely like to see Connor.
I'd love to see Connor. I love Sea-Dog. Sea-Dog and I have had our banters throughout the years. I mean, he is a really annoying Broncos fan. And he gets him going there for strike number 3. McCormick doing his thing on the mound. Start of this inning. Cornhog now comes up with down 2 outs.
McCormick's rebounded well from that shaky inning.
Yeah. So we are in the top of the 5th. 10-5 the score. McCormick 2 outs here in the top of this 5th. Tyler Cornhog, who doubled and struck out, now up to the plate. Oh my gosh, please. I'd love to see Connor Warrington. I hope you know. Can't emphasize how much that would mean to me. This one popped up. Travis, I have some pretty bad news for you, dude. Alexei Kolosov is in net tonight for the Flyers.
Team just doesn't know what they're doing. They don't know what's best. Fedotov's best, and they need to come to terms with that. But sadly, they won't. It's painful. So I'll tell you what I won't be doing tonight, and that's watching the Flyers.
Yeah. Don't think I will be either. We're in a little bit of a tankathon right now.
As are the Sixers.
Well, more importantly, here on the diamond, McCormick, 2 outs, 1-2 count here to Cornhog. Substituted for Kozneski, looking to put this one away. That one down in the dirt. The lefty, other than that shaky 4th inning, has done a great job here in this outing. His first appearance of the season on the mound. 2-2 the count. Here to Tyler Cornhog. And the pitch. Swings and misses for strike 3. McCormick is pumped. Great outing from the junior. Impressive showing from number 17. McCormick with a huge bounce back 5th inning.
Yeah, if that's it for him, man, that was a great game. You got to think it might be. There's still action in the bullpen.
Sea-Dog. Sea-Dog. It's Sea-Dog.
Guy. Will your guy deliver like my guy Evan did?
I don't know.
I do believe Evan's due this inning.
Maybe. Camardo, Collins, Lomax, and then it would be Miller.
Well, the way the top of the order's been hitting.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Collins was hit by that pitch, but and then pumped up the dugout. But a Connor Warrington showing would make my heart so happy.
Still getting loose down there.
Come on, Trav. You can't tell me you wouldn't love to see it.
I would love to.
Yeah, but which one would you rather see, though? Gates or Warrington?
That's tough. That's real tough.
So that's what I'm saying. Mine would be no question. I would love to see.
I would love to see Connor.
Yeah.
I would love to see Connor.
You gotta take into consideration senior.
Yeah, he's on his home field. He's probably feeling good.
In front of the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if things go right, who's the post game?
Gavin. Your big dog.
Evan.
Q. And
Mr. K?
Tad, yeah.
Okay.
That sounds right. I think I'll end it right there. I think that's appropriate. Unless the only thing that would change that, Trav, I think it's my duty if someone gets a little homer. So that happens. That
Or
person.
Connor comes in and strikes out 3 batters on 9
that
pitches.
would give him a post game. Hey, who knows? Could turn in like Emmanuel Clase.
You never know.
Con for Cy Young, man.
Do they do that? That'd be kind of cool.
What, like Cy Young for high school?
Yeah. Like
I mean, do they do something like that for soccer?
No, I mean they do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They do positions, so like.
Well, yeah, wouldn't that be the same thing for this though? And they could start best starting
pitcher of the year, but
yeah.
I think multiple get selected for the all-conference team.
Gotcha.
I wonder if there's like a single award
yeah.
for a pitcher.
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, we'll ask Dad. So now it's the top of the order for the Knights here in the bottom of the 5th. Jason Camardo up to bat. He takes ball 1 outside. I hope we're making some people laugh at home. I mean,
I hope so.
it's not much to really, converse about at the moment, but Camardo levels this one into left field. Great hit there by Jason Camardo. Definitely got all of that one as he gets his 2nd hit of the game.
Let's see if we'll take a base here. Jay's got some speed on the base paths, and Sterling's typically aggressive when they got runners on base. So,
well,
see what they do.
Any double play, or barring any double play, your big dog Evan Miller is going to come back up. Now it's Dean Collins, the Adrenaline King.
Indeed.
The Sterling softball team locked out of the school. It's fun. I'm sure they took care of business on the opposite diamond.
That's what it sounds like, according to my dad.
This one popped up into the backstop, and the catcher
Cannot make
just
play.
misses it. Now, barring the wind, it would be a beautiful night out here.
It definitely would.
But it's been consistently a breeze happening this whole time, which is kind of ruining it for me. Oh, yeah, the girls did win. I can see someone with the cowboy hat, so that means they did crown a player of the game. Be awesome from assumption and just in terms of the size of the person. That does look like it'll be Ava Bond, but I also am not 100% sure.
Seeing that breeze stops there for a second, Dan, it feels beautiful.
Oh, yeah, that was really nice. It still is. We're kind of in a good moment right now. Knock on wood. But, you know. So 2 strikes here to Collins. And the pitch. Hacked on and fouled away. And unfortunately fouled away because Camardo had one heck of a jump.
He did. Jay's fast, man.
Yeah, well, hell yeah, we
He's
know.
fast.
Yeah, he's a quick little guy.
It really does look like Connor's coming in, Dan. Sorry, I've zoned out for a second here, but he's still getting loose.
Oh, I would love nothing more, man. So Camardo takes off once again. That one hit by Collins. Over to the shortstop, the throw to the first, and he gets the out.
Advance the runner, though, for your 2 big bats coming up right here.
The throw
Lomax
to
and
the
Miller.
throw to the first. I wonder what that meant. Meant to say the throw to first. Baseball's not my strongest suit in terms of sporting wise. I'm good at it. It's just not. It's not my preferred.
What is your preferred?
Whew. You know, actually, Trev, big fan of girls volleyball.
Really?
Big fan. It was a lot of fun this year. The girls were good. Ariana Margarin was outstanding. I mean, all cylinders. They were a great team, and they're just a good personality team. I mean,
Yeah, they were good.
the sport's fun too, man. It's action every single set. You know, or every single point.
Yeah, for sure.
You're not getting bored.
There's always something going on.
Yeah.
It's a nonstop game.
Yeah. That one taken on the outside part of the plate by Lomax. That's my reasoning. Other than that, I would say probably you guys, soccer, just because of the memories this year.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. I'm glad you were able to be a part of it, too.
Dude, it was my pleasure. It was...
Definitely some memorable calls there that you had, and Max, Mr. K,
Yeah.
the state final.
It was such a fun year, man.
Definitely was, and it was great. McLernan even got on for the Haddonfield game, did he?
Yes.
He did.
He did. I remember there was a play, and Brian, when he gets upset about something, goes on a tangent almost, and like just explains why he's upset about it. But when he's not really upset and like fakes it, you can tell. There was something in the Haddonfield game, and it got him, and he just went on this whole like tangent about how it was wrong or something like that. Like I guess a ref call or something. And if you look back, it's a really funny play. Oh, there's the win. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, about the win after Lomax takes first on a walk. Guess who's coming up, ladies and gentlemen? Big dog, Evan Miller.
Let's see if I can, stay hot here when it comes to predictions, Dan.
It's 3 for 3 with 3 singles so far, Evan. That's 4
4 or 5 RBIs?
ribbies. And he levels one deep into left field. Mancini chasing after it. And he's not going to get there.
Foul.
You know, Trav, I thought that one was a little bit harder hit than it actually
I thought it was, too. I'm sure the win maybe. It looked good off the bat.
It looked really good off the bat. I was way off.
That happens, Dan. I thought he was a lefty.
Yeah, we both did. I thought he was a lefty, too.
I don't know why.
I don't know. Miller grips it and rips it. That one goes foul.
Mr. K flashing the athleticism there, jumping over that ball. Love to see it.
Tad showing some of the reflexes.
Yeah, cat-like reflexes
Yeah.
there from K.
And so 0-2 here to Miller, who's really thinking about taking a big hack at one of these.
I feel like he's swinging for the fences this AB here. Change your approach now, down 0-2 though, maybe.
As
The catcher and his pitcher seem pretty concerned here about Camardo on the base pass
Yeah.
for his lead. They're checking back to him a lot.
The offering to Miller. That one hit over to third base. She
he's
is
gonna
looking
be
to
in
make
there.
the throw. And he gets called
knocks
safe.
in another run, too.
And he knocks in another run.
Have yourself a day, Evan Miller. This is great.
So Evan Miller, I'm going to give him the single once again on that one. So 4 singles for Evan Miller with 5 ribbies. Showing off the wheels once again. So looks like there's going to be a new starting pitcher on the mound here for Haddon Township. Wish I can get a number, but unfortunately cannot. So the next 3 up are Gogolski, Quentin Rosano, and David Johnson. 1 out in the inning.
It's a lefty coming in, I can tell you that.
This wind is brutal.
It's definitely chilly, Dan.
Yeah, I'm feeling it a little bit here too. Hopefully Sterling can maybe notch in a few more runs and get this one wrapped up a little early.
It's going to be freezing at soccer tonight.
Oh, you are one poor man.
Especially net. You know, it's freezing out. You make a save, my hands
Might fall off.
they might. Or you wear one off the chest or the leg. It'll sting. Back to action here, though.
Gogolski, the batter, going against a new pitcher here from Haddon Township. Takes ball 1 outside. They can hear Tad saying, "Go get him, dude." Can't miss the dude. I'll tell you that
Dude.
much. Dude.
Cannot miss it ever.
So that one gets by. The catcher gets into the backstop.
Evan Miller, man.
Listen, Trav. I don't even think Evan Miller did anything right there. He ran to second. Like he should in that scenario, you know what I mean?
It is. It's an all-around game today for the kid.
So Gogo is actually 0 for 0. He did a sack, bunt, a walk, and a walk.
Yeah.
So he's literally 0 for 0.
He's getting on base, though. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, he is doing his thing. Softball won 19-9 against Gateway. As Gogo hacks at that one. Gogo hacks at that one. This one going into left field.
Drops.
That one's going to get down, and it's a fair ball.
So there we go. He's no longer 0 for 0, Dan.
No, he is 1 for 1. Gogolski gets on with a single. Another run scores.
And he's got 2 walks.
Yeah.
He's getting on base.
So we are at a 12-5 score. Well, how many runs is it, Trav, until we hit the...
I believe it has to be 10,
10.
but I don't know if after a certain inning that's disregarded. I think after maybe the 5th or the 6th, that rule. Did you make this board, Dan?
No. Tad gave it to me. So that one swung on and missed by Rosana, who is 2 for 2 today with 2 singles and a walk. Gotten on base every time. As he chops at this one gets over to second base. They throw to second,
And
and
it's
that one
dropped.
is dropped by the second baseman, or excuse me, the shortstop. That's Sheehan. And another run scores by the big dog, Evan Miller. So Rosano, I'm not going to give him that. I'm going to throw that as an error. So Rosano does reach on an error, but another run scores, so it gets the job done.
How many runs has Quinn knocked in today?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I do not remember. The only one I remember is Evans because they're pretty. It's a big number. As this one gets past the catcher once again.
So, Dan, a game will end if a team's up 10 after 5 or 15 after 3.
All right. So we're approaching that marker. Now, for the sake of the game,
What are we at right now here?
we're getting there. 13-5. So we're 2 away. So both of these
David
runners.
Johnson could walk it off right here.
Yeah, that's a big cut from him right there, but that one's missed.
Maybe that's what he's going for, Dan.
You know what? And for our sake here in the cold outfield, that'd be
Even get to
that'd be
this
pretty
post
awesome.
game and then wrap up.
Yeah. First post game of the year after that one swung on and missed for strike 3 there against Johnson for the second out of the inning. So now it's up to Nate Schwartz. Maybe try and walk this one off here in the 5th. Sterling up by 8. Need 2 more to try and wrap this puppy up here in the 5th. If not, we're going to have some more baseball and a Connor Warrington appearance, hopefully. So that one's on the outside, but ump paid no mind. So ball 1. One taken outside for ball number 2. The wind just needs to slow down just a little bit. No more big gusts. That one called a strike against Schwartz. That one called strike 2. So 2-2 count here to Schwartz. Bottom of the 5th, 13-5 the score. Here's the 2-2. Outside for ball number 3. So 3-2 now the count. Schwartz the hitter, Carroll on deck, 2 outs. 13-5 the score here in the bottom of the 5th. Kicks and deals. This one hit back, foul ball. So 3-2 offering here once again to Schwartz. Kicks and deals. This one popped up in foul territory. A couple Hawks going towards it, and the catch is made by Haddon Township. Cornhog gets the final out, but Sterling ticks off some more runs. They get another 4 runs, actually. And we're going to take a break here on the broadcast for just a moment. We'll be back once this inning picks up. So welcome back here to Sterling Channel 19 as we were having a little bit of fun with the players.
Quinn's yelling at me right now to start a roll call.
And we cannot start a roll call queue because we are on air.
As he says, we still got to play another inning.
Oh, Jesus, Q. So we are now at the top of the 6th. Crawford, Spencer, and Schultz, the batters. Although I'm not sure if it's going to be Crawford. It might be Mancini. He swings and misses at strike 1.
So, is Connor coming in for the close?
Oh, my gosh. That would make my heart so happy.
As it's Gates going to the bullpen right now.
Not that I don't like Gates. It's just I wanted to see Sea-Dog on the air so bad.
Maybe we'll see Connor tomorrow?
Yeah, but I won't be here tomorrow.
We won't be here tomorrow, Dan.
Man, that's the difference. I want to see Sea-Dog now. Oh, Gavin's so selfish going out there. That one pumped
He is
inside.
throwing really good, though.
Yeah, for strike number 2. So Crawford now 2 strikes awarded to him. McCormick and a 2-2 count. Kicks and deals. That one fouled off. That one in the dirt there for ball number 3. So 3-2 count and the pitch. That one taken outside for ball 4. I don't know, Trav. I don't know if I can get a post game. If this game goes all 7, I think we're going to just have to call it.
You maybe cut it from 4 to 2.
Nah. Strike number 1. That one swung on and fouled off. So 0-2 the count here to Cam Spencer. That one goes inside for strike number 3. What a pitch by Gavin McCormick. Got him with the off speed.
I love the trust that Coach K has shown in Gavin today. You know, you put him in there after you lose your starter in Casey, and Gavin's really responded well. He had that one shaky inning, but, you know, K let him go, and he's really been solid for them today.
Yeah. That one called for a strike. So that one gets in there for strike number 2. So McCormick feeling it now. 0-2 count here to the leadoff Tyler Schultz. Kicks and deals. That one gets the outside part of the plate. That one swung on and fouled back.
So who's due up next inning?
PC,
Okay.
Jason, and Dino. That one in the dirt, and that one's going to get past Schwartz and
Con's got a
stealing
bat
seconds
now.
right there. Oh. What? Oh my gosh. Sea-Dog? That'd make my dreams come true. Is that Wham? I don't know who made that song. You make my dreams come true. Ooh.
Might be Wham.
I don't know. I don't think it's Wham. It might be. I don't know. A part of me wants to say George Michael, but I don't think it's that either. That one called a strike. That actually might be the Doobie Brothers. I have no idea. I think Karina's on it right now. Is it the Doobie Brothers? No, it was Hall & Oates. I hate Hall & Oates. Camardo tries to chase him down. He's called safe at third. Safe at first as well.
So I guess you'll see a bit of like a lineup change here.
Are they pulling Gavin? It looks like they are. So big round of applause to Gavin McCormick after an amazing outing today in very short notice.
Let him go, and in comes Aiden Gates.
And in comes Goob Boy Aiden Gates.
Where are the trumpets?
Again, very big hand to Gavin McCormick. Pitched a very good game today. Hold on, let me see. Matt, get the outfield. Matt, get the outfield theatrics over here from Quentin Rosana. Yeah. Now they turn when the camera's on them. Hold on. Q, camera's on you now, dude.
The camera's on you guys.
Yeah. You guys can, so now you want to do that after you're doing all that funny stuff? There it is. All right, you're good, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Oh, that's funny. They're still going. Jeez. I don't think Tad's gonna be I don't think Tad's gonna be too happy with us later. So what are you making my team do in the outfield, Dan? Sorry, Tad. Hey, UPS is coming. Look at that.
Hey, my package.
No, up in the sky. Up in the sky, Matt. Up in the sky.
Wow.
A plane just flew by. It was a UPS plane.
Is it
Oh,
a bird?
Karina, it is not a bird. So now the responsibility goes to Aiden Gates with 1 out, going against Iman Sheehan.
See what Gates can do here.
Big G. Timeout taken there. Gates walks off the mound like a stud.
I was actually in Mr. K's room during Blue and Silver, and Gates is in there watching some film and making a little scouting report for the guy. So, props to him, being a good teammate. Make sure the guys are ready for the game. Gotta love it.
This one popped up and out of play. That one swung on, hit over to the third base line, and foul. So 0-2 the count. Here's Sheehan. His new pitcher, Aiden Gates, on the mound.
Quinn is still dancing in the outfield.
He's throwing up the X signs with Ski and
The
Blue
program.
Glow X. The program, sorry. Yeah, the program. 0-2 the count here. Aiden Gates looking for the first out of his outing. Check swing and foul. Yeah, out of this group of seniors that you played with this year, is Q the funniest character that you've met?
Yeah, 100%. For sure. And Quinn was one of the reasons, too, is if you ask Coach Morris, when guys were getting hurt and banged up, Quinn was one of those guys that, kept the morale high and energy high. Like, even though we were missing like so many people, it was still real enjoyable to go out and we were losing some games and tying a lot, but someone like Quinn to just be out there at practice every day. He was great. He's great to be around. He's funny. He's got probably the best personality on that field right now. One of the better personalities that I know too. So yeah, Dan, for sure, he's the man. I'm sure a lot of other people could tell you that too.
I don't know. From a lot of other people, I'd hear he's a goob, but Does that also check the box?
No, I just think he's Quinn, and you can't take that away from him. He's an athlete. He's got a personality. Like, he's serious about what he does, and he wants to win. So,
to tell you that, and he had a little bit of a struggle buster in the soccer season. He didn't score, and I mean, he got a lot of cool passes and assists, which are cool and all. But I'm sure as
Quinn sets guys up for sure.
Yeah,
in the midfield, and they moved him around a couple times. Find that spot where he would succeed, and then you saw he was huge.
Ooh.
Good
Gates
play there by Gates.
flashing the leather right there. Takes a trot over to first to get out number 3.
But yeah, back to what I was saying, Quinn was one of those guys. He moved around, and when guys were getting hurt, his position was changing all the time because, Jay was hurt up top, and then you really had to move guys around. But Quinn really settled down there later in the season, and he found so much success in the playoffs. And against Robbinsville, obviously, he scored probably one of the biggest goals in school history to give us the win there. He sent us to the state championship. So he's always got his head in it, and he's always thinking positive. So that's where he finds most of his success at. So you got to be proud of him.
And again, I mean, you talked about setting him up and setting people up and stuff. He had a bit of a wave where he couldn't score or just didn't score, and I think it got to him. But he's a team player, and I think that is something that.
And if you look, what's so cool about Quinn is he scored when it mattered most. He played his biggest games this season when the lights were brightest, and it was do or die. Like, there was no going back, and he rose to the occasion in every single game. He was there for your teammates. If someone were to mess with one of his teammates, he was the first person there backing you. He scored again. One of the biggest goals in school history. We're not in that state championship game if he doesn't fight in that box and poke one there past the Robbinsville keeper. But, he stayed consistent and he didn't give up when times got tough. And that's why I have a ton of respect for Quinn. And, I told him that after the season. Like, it was his senior year and, he hit some struggles, and he'll be the first person to tell you that. But still, like, I get, especially soccer, it's more than just scoring goals. Like, he sets guys up. He really plays great through balls. He's nice in the air, and he's just a competitor that you want to be on Quinn's team.
Oh God, yeah.
You want to be on Quinn's team.
He reminds me a little bit of a Marcus Smart of just a person. Like
when it comes to being competitive, yeah. And he shows up every game.
I think we've talked about this, or if not, I talked about it with the other guys from last year. I would hate to play against Marcus Smart, but I would love if he's on our team.
That's the thing. Quinn, you love to have him on your team. A couple of those guys too. Obviously the whole team, but Quinn definitely stands out as one of those guys. Like, hey, if I'm in a highly competitive game,
I'm either going to be your best friend or I'm going to really make you mad on the other team.
And that's exactly what Quinn is.
I think
he's great.
Is Sea-Dog up?
It's Ryan Romano right now.
Oh, Ryan Romano.
Sea-Dog is on deck.
Oh my goodness gracious, Travis, what are we in for here? So the Shaquille O'Neal of baseball, Ryan Romano now up to bat for Sterling. That one is up high for ball number 1. This is great. I'm getting some guys some reps.
It is. What are we here? Bottom 6?
Bottom 6. Sterling's up 13-6. I'm almost certain. Romano up to the plate, up to the dish. Looks at that one for strike numero uno. Romano takes that one inside for ball 3. Takes that
Romano
one up.
walks and throws the bat.
Savagery from Ryan Romano.
You think he plucks a base here?
Yeah, only you could tell me, Trev. I can't lie.
Yes.
Does he have those wheels?
Ryan stealing right here.
Is that what he's talking to Barrett about?
Hopefully. That was a quab, as they like to call it, a quality at bat. He got on base.
Connor Warrington swings and misses at the first offering. See dog. See, are you sure that's not Jason?
That's Connor, number 2.
Yeah, I didn't see the number. I don't have a good angle of it.
Yeah, that's definitely Connor. That's not Jay Stance.
And Connor levels one into left field. Machini has a good look at it and gets the catch. You know what? Good contact, C-Dog. Good contact.
Yeah, definitely. Here we got now.
That is not Dean.
That is not.
Is that Dylan Wiseman?
Oh, with that, that's not Lomax, is it?
No. It's
yeah.
Jay. He replaced. I think it's Wiseman. Who is that?
14.
That's Wiseman, right?
That's Orlino.
Oh, whoa! Sterling Channel 19 legend Johnny Orlino.
John Orlino.
Wow.
Professional drone flyer.
Let's go.
John Orlino.
Well, actually, him and Casey.
Him and Casey, yeah.
Oh. Johnny Orlino. Oh, my gosh. I thought that was Dylan Wiseman.
Orlino.
And he hits this one over to second base. They get one. And a nice play to get the double play on Johnny Orlino.
It's Matt Strader's partner in crime.
Yeah. On the graphics truck. So we are now headed into the top of the 7th. After a nice double play turn by Haddon Township. Aiden Gates, the supposed player to come finish this one out.
And that's what it looks like to be there, Dan.
There's one more inning of baseball here, ladies and gentlemen, or one more top inning of baseball, if all stays the same, especially in this cold, cold Wednesday afternoon. Wow. Talk about what I was not ready to see right there, man. Top of the 7th here, Aiden Gates, the pitcher, here for the Knights. That one taken for strike 1. This one hit over to shortstop. Camardo scoops. Makes the throw for out number 1.
So I did not realize that, like, there was, like, Orlino, Warrington, and Romano hit for Jason, Dean, and Luke, but the 3 of them remain in the game.
Actually, I think it was PC and then Jason and Dean.
Was it?
I don't think Luke hit.
They all remain in the game, though. I thought if you hit, you would replace them, too, but I guess that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Would have loved another Evan Miller at bat, or Quentin Rosano.
Who knows? We may get one.
It's the last inning, though, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah, it is. 4 strikes away, or excuse me, 5 strikes away.
Do we have a score? Is it still 13 to
13
5?
to 6.
6, okay.
That one swung on and missed.
Can't tell if I'm watching Aiden Gates or Jose Alvarado there closing out this game.
I don't know. I think it would be Orion Kirkring because of the righty, and there's strike 3 call there. Aiden Gates, swagger off the mound. One more batter here for Haddon
He
Township.
told me earlier today that he was feeling good about today. This has definitely been a fun day, Dan.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a fun game to call with you, Trav. This is Haddon Township down to the final out. This one hit down the third base line. Patrick Carroll there, but he's just going to kill it.
Grass killed that ball there.
Yeah. So that one in for strike number 1. 2 strikes away from the third and final out of this game. This one hit
Way to just
Evan Miller, and
just-
that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. Your Sterling Silver Knights advance to 4-1 for the first time in who knows how long, and your Sterling Silver Knights take down the Haddon Township Hawks at a final score of 13-6. And our team MVP of the game was none other than Evan Miller.
My guy.
So the team shake hands. An amazing performance by the Silver Knights. And I mean, Trav, what does this say about what's to come for this team?
I definitely think this is great. They've ripped off 3 of their first 4 games, 3 in a row to be exact, behind some great pitching, and the bats are hot. They had, 13 runs today?
Yep.
8 against Gloucester and 10 against Gateway. So they're almost scoring double digits in each of their last 3 games, which is a great sign. And the pitching's good, so it's just balanced attacks here from the Knights. You know, the pitching's there and the hitting's there. You really can't ask for much more. It's great to start a season off hot too.
Yeah.
It really is. It just fuels the guys, and every day, like the next day, is something to look forward to. So tomorrow, you're not coming off a loss, especially against a back-to-back. It's always good to take the first day. So, for sure, proud of the boys.
So we are going to step aside for just a moment. Post game to follow with a few of your favorite players. We'll be back in just a few moments. So welcome back here to Sterling Channel 19, and I'm here with Big Evan Miller. Now, Ev, I mean, you had an amazing game today. I mean, you went 3 for 4 or 3 for 3 with a walk and
4 for 4.
4 for 4. You want to call it 4 for 4? We're going to call it 4 for 4.
4 for 4.
So, Evan Miller, I mean, how does it feel to play on such a competitive team this year and to have a lot of success so far early in this season?
You know, it feels good playing with all my friends, competing, succeeding this year. It's about better than last year. The mojo, you know, the vibe. It's feeling good this year.
And I mean, you have a lot of pop to your swing, but you can really hit for contact well as well. I mean, take us into some of your approaches when you go up onto the plate.
I mean, yeah, today the wind's blowing in from left field, so I wasn't trying to do much power-wise, just trying to put bat to ball. On the warm-ups, these kids couldn't field the ball well, so just make contact, run it out. But got lucky and fell for hits, so.
And give us a little insight on what's to come for this Sterling baseball team.
I think we should win our conference, go on the playoffs, make a run in playoffs, and see what happens from there.
Evan, I appreciate you coming on. Congratulations, big fella. Thank you very much. Which personality am I going to get first? It's going to be Quentin Rosana. Big dog Quentin. Man, you had a great game today. How you feeling after that performance?
I feel great. Do my thing,
I mean, we were gassing you up a little bit on the, the broadcast, and to be so talented in so many different areas of sports. I mean, how does it feel to be, I guess you could say, a bona fide stud?
I appreciate that. My mom and dad, I thank my mom and dad for the genetics. So, my pops, thank you, Pop.
Now, Q, I mean, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Ev. I mean, what's to come for the Sterling baseball team?
We're going to be overlooked this whole season because we're a small school. We didn't do too well last year, but we got a special group here, and we can get a lot of stuff done if we keep on rolling like this.
And, I mean, talk about your hot streak to start off the season. You've been really feeling it well, and, I mean, how does it feel to, get off to a really good start this season?
It feels good. I just got to keep on rolling. It's baseball, so, anything can happen, so I'm not going to be too confident, but, yeah, I'm just doing my thing.
Q, appreciate it, buddy, as usual. Thank you for coming on. And then last but certainly not least, many, many times here on Sterling Channel 19, a familiar face, Captain Camardo. Now, Jason, to do it with this group of guys and a very similar feel to what it seems to be for the soccer season, just a big group of friends just doing it all. How does it feel to go into it with your brothers one last time?
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. Being able to play a game that you're not going to be able to play your whole life, just like any other sport, but to be able to go out here our senior year and just have fun and play with the guys, man, it's amazing. It's great.
Now, a hot start for you guys this season, and I mean, describe the feeling where you can really get out to something good and see where it takes you.
Yeah, I mean, just like soccer, we're taking every game, one game at a time. Every game's a championship game. So we can't get too high, can't get too low. We got to stay in that medium range, but definitely need to stay confident. So just like I said, every game's a championship game. So
Casey goes out with an injury, and Gavin McCormick comes in and pitches quite a good game. What do you have to say about his performance today?
Dog.
I mean, Jason, that's all you got to say, brother. I appreciate you coming on. Congratulations with the win. And that's going to do it here on Sterling Channel 19. So our first live broadcast of the spring, and God knows how long, me and Travis on the call. We appreciate you guys tuning in. And as always, go Knights.